I thought by switching between scenes it was going to fade really nicely, and it didn't. I'm still learning this program, so
That's okay.
SJ, you're on.
I'm on. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Rage Crits
The
channel.
Q&A session.
The Q&A session. Also, we could also call it Behind the Crits, or I don't know, some other fun stuff.
That's so amazing. Behind the crits. Actually, Lizard, it is going to be exactly that. I make the decision. I have the power.
She has the power. Anyway, we we basically are just going to be asking each other questions, theorizing about the campaign and kind of what might happen, what our theories are, any questions we want to ask each other about our characters and where we want to go with them, and all of that fun stuff. If you want to join our Discord server, you can. That's where you can theorize with us and kind of interact with us as well. So now that we've introduced everything, let's get to theorizing.
And guys,
I have so many things.
Me too. And guys, if you have any, my brain's really not working right now.
Questions. If you have any questions for us?
Yeah, questions or like things that you want us to read out loud on the stream or anything like that, pop that into the stream chat. I mean, that's why this big box is here. It's so that we can kind of interact with anybody that's watching it.
Cool.
Now let's get on to the theories.
Yeah.
Game theories.
Game theory.
Do we want to start with theories about where we're going with this? I guess we should start with a mini recap, probably, right?
Okay. Of the last episode or the whole campaign? Because that will take a while.
Yeah.
I'm talking like 2 sentences of like where we're at right now, of like what happened in the last episode. SJ, that's you. You are our note-taking queen. You guys, when you go to our Discord channel, if you ever do want to read our session recaps, all of those are done by SJ. She is phenomenal. Her notes are like pristine. She and I joined the campaign from the same place a couple weeks ago. And when I tell you this notebook is perfect, I mean, like if a notebook has ever made anyone just like drool a little bit, it was her notebook when I looked at it. It's amazing.
Thank you very much. I suppose because I forget things really easily, so I can't remember when I don't put it down. Anywho, so kind of the start of the session, we went to a leather worker, and turns out it's Kyle. Not just one Kyle, but many Kyles. 51, I think, exactly. Mm-hmm. 51 Kyles that all look like our Kyle and Kyle Co. That's Kyle and Snake Kyle. They all look the same. So that's a big mystery that we have going on. Basically, we didn't really know what to do after getting our stuff from the leatherworking shop, so we asked our patrons to give us some divine guidance. And they basically said, you guys are dealing with a lot of shit and you need to get it together. And so they gave us some categories of things that we're dealing with right now, which is we are all meddling with the following: shadow magic, time magic, demon magic, mystery magic, and then Hecate. We're not quite sure what happened.
Whatever the fuck's going on with Hecate right now.
Yeah,
Hecate's
so
just secretly a god.
I am God. Oh my goodness.
Hecate is just this universe's god of mischief.
I mean,
maybe.
But like, in all sincerity, though, Hecate's a tiefling, right? So he looks like a demon.
Yeah, so like... we're not quite sure. You can guess which magic kind of goes to which person, but there are a few ambiguous. Oh my gosh, ambiguous ones. Like, we don't know who's playing with time magic or with the mystery magic that we're not quite sure of. But basically, we are just exploring the theory of the Kyles in our last lesson. So if one Kyle dies, another Kyle's reborn with the basic memories of the last Kyle. So we are trying to figure out if our Kyle is going to suddenly die because someone, I don't know. We're just trying to figure out what's going on with the Kyles. So that's where we were last week.
All right. So, I mean, if anyone else has a theory on this, like, please jump in, go for it. I think that our Kyle is part of their Kyles, and part of me almost kind of hopes that one day our Kyle just poofs, and then we get a new Kyle, and like every week we get a new Kyle, because I think it'd be hilarious for Lizard to have to be a different Kyle every time.
Well, if you, part of what he said was that I was starting to separate, or at least my Kyle character was separating from the other Kyle characters. That I was becoming my own individual. And since we're in a hive mind type state, it could be that it was becoming like the queen bee or type thing.
Queen bee, or now like, hive mind, pack mind maybe, and you're becoming a lone wolf.
Either or.
What if you could just in emergencies call all the Kyles to come save us?
And like it's just like
Kyles, assemble.
Listen, we're all just gonna wake up one day and fucking Kyle's gonna be in the tavern, splitting off by mitosis.
He's T-posing in the middle of the room.
T-posing mitosis powers, making a whole army of himself and his snake.
Oh my gosh. Oh goodness. Oh, for some reason on the stream, my camera.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to you. I'm trying to fix it right now.
Wow, that's not good.
Know.
Isn't there a type of frog that can asexually reproduce?
Maybe if I bring down your frame rate.
African bullfrog, I think.
Yeah.
Although that just came to my head because Jurassic Park. I don't know. If
Life
that's
finds
factual.
a way. Oh, I fixed it. There we go.
You fixed it?
I fixed
Okay,
you.
cool. Thank you.
I had to reset your frame rate for some reason. Yeah, it's weird. Anywho, yes, life finds a way. Does that mean that our Kyle one day is just gonna like mitosis and like another one's just gonna asexually reproduce and another one's just gonna pop up and one day we'll have two Kyles?
He's gonna have like two heads and then they're gonna like split off.
Just start ripping at each other to pull themselves apart.
Yeah. Anybody know any amphibians that reproduce asexually? Hit it up in the comments. Going to one guy is like the scientific names of every single amphibian.
Oh my god. I want to see it. Show me your amphibians.
Just, glad you asked. There is.
Yeah, that's how I know science too.
Bibbidi-bobbidi-boo, bitches.
Yeah, snap it into existence.
Bibbidi-bobbidi-boo, I'm gonna split into two.
Oh, fuck!
Oh shoot, it's happening.
All right, so
Bibbidi-hobbidi, you better stop doing that on my property.
Oh my gosh. Do we have any other theories about the Kyles?
I think Kyle might just be the original Kyle.
That's what I think too. He might be the original one, and he just doesn't remember.
I don't know. He put there was a lot of foreshadowing into me already being into already being like part of only being a couple days old.
Yeah, like you're really young. Which makes, by the way, makes me no longer the youngest person. I am no longer the youngest one at 10 years old because we have Kyle who's like maybe 10 days old.
Well, I mean, it could just be like it could be he's trying to throw us off, so it could be anywhere from the original whatever it was to only 2 days. Yes.
Okay, I had to add something. But he said in the Feywild, time doesn't really pass the way we think it does. So you could be a lot older than we think, or a lot younger, because you don't really remember anything from before the Feywild, right?
Yeah, I don't think I know anything about from prior.
Okay, so you could be like I don't know, you could be older than we think.
Was the max only
a couple weeks?
A day equals 10 years or whatever it was, or
no.
That's not the max, but so what it is that the time passes according to what the Feywild feels like. The Feywild is its own kind of
breathing entity,
yeah, and so it, depending on how it feels, it will pass time accordingly. So it could be a day is an actual day, or a day is 10 years, or a day is 100 years. So it really just depends.
Sounds a lot like the North Carolina weather system.
Right?
I think I tried
living in North Carolina.
Yeah. I think I tried saying
the fuck
this,
out.
I think I tried saying this last time, but I think I screwed up my words and he didn't understand what I was saying. But if you guys, if when you came on that one day while I was already in the Feywild, if you, that lasted 10 years for you. I was still in there that day, so I'm at least 10 years old.
Okay, you're at least 10 years old in the sense of like the general. Hold on.
Like,
in the sense of like the general world, but you are not actually 10 years old.
No, not like my bodily age.
This is the Marvel blip right here. Okay, right? Peter Parker is still only 15 years old. It doesn't matter that Tony Stark aged another 10 years. Peter Parker did not come back. It's not actually 10. Wait, how long was the blip? It wasn't 10 years.
5 years.
5 years.
Okay, so Peter Parker is not magically 20 years old now that he's come back from the blip. He's still 15. We get what his birth certificate says, but like, it doesn't work like that.
No,
we
but
know
I'm
it doesn't work
saying
like
that, like,
you're not
the
actually.
Kyles would have had to, if I was made, if I'm not the original, I don't know, but if I was made, I would at least have to be made 10 years ago.
So then here's my question then. Maybe, like, do you think maybe that the reason that you're branching off and are getting your own hive mind or whatever is because that you were removed and in another realm, so you weren't as affected by the spell? So, or maybe you weren't affected at all by the spell because you were so far removed from it, but being in the Feywilds where time is passing differently, you're in an entirely another realm, so it couldn't reach you. And now that you're back, it's trying to make sense of what's happening. So I have a feeling
we don't know what the
one
spell
of
is.
yeah, I have a feeling of like we know that it's a duplication spell that the original was using. That like all of the Kyles stand around and hold hands, and a new Kyle pops out, and somewhere in the world the Kyles dies.
Magical
Kun
mitosis.
Kyle, Kun Kyle.
Yo.
Kunkai. Oh no, there goes
And
one.
there was another one. Imagine you're holding hands with a Kyle, like one Kyle has found love, and he's just on a date, and then all of a sudden just dies because a piano smashes on him.
Yeah, imagine
Poor
if somebody
girl.
puts super glue on their hands and they do the ritual,
Oh
and
no!
one of them gets grabbed by a wolf.
The wolf is just dragging like the fucking line of them.
line of Kyles. Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys.
It looks like an overly complicated game of monkey in the barrel.
Kyle in the barrel.
Kyle in the
love
barrel. The belt of Kyle.
The belt of Kyle. Oh my goodness.
I can't.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
This
All
is
right.
breaking my brain.
I
With
know.
all the different things we have going on, that's breaking my
I
brain.
know. So all right, so we spent like 15 minutes on the Kyles, and I know that some of the questions that I have for Lizard later are going to circle back to the Kyles. But the topic that I really want to talk about right now is SJ, what do you think about Aisling and Level? Like, what do we think
knew
is
it was
happening
going
here?
there.
Of course it's going there. She had her first date.
To be honest, I have no idea where it's going or where I want it to go because it was kind of sprung upon me randomly. So I'm just trying to take it as Aisling would, which is like she knows nothing and is just completely oblivious to everything. That's how I'm trying to play it right now.
I guess my better question would be, what direction do you want it to, like, do you want Aisling to fall in love with, like, this weird fae man who, like, gives her flowers? Or do you want Aisling to, like, be this, like, free spirit that roams the mountains? Like, do you think he would follow you through the mountains and stuff?
No, because he has his duties and he's a protector of Mr. Golden Man in the armor.
But who's to
I
say that he
forgot his name.
has to be, right? Like, he could
Yeah.
protect you, and he has such a strong connection to the fae, and you have such a strong connection to the earth that, like, what's to say that, like, I feel like Aisling honestly could thrive really well in the Feywild, and the two of you could, like, live in the Feywild together, just prancing around barefoot on moss.
I mean, that would be a really great ending, to be honest.
Like,
I don't know. I'm kind of just playing it moment by moment. I think it would be fun to have them like gradually kind of have a thing, but I don't know. This is like the first time this has happened to me in D&D, so I don't know what I'm doing.
You're trying to do it like gradually, and say it's just in the background, just shoving
Like-
you two together.
I'm basically forcing 7 minutes in heaven with Aisling and Level. Like, I'm like, you guys together, get in the closet, make babies. Make weird
Except-
blue fae babies.
Yeah, 7
Take the
minutes.
Smurfs. Make Smurfs.
7 minutes of heaven, but it's two socially awkward people.
Exactly.
Neither one of them knows what 7 or heaven is.
It's just like, so, you like marigolds?
They're gonna get shoved in a closet, and Ashley's gonna go, "Is this what a coat is? I've always wondered." And then Level's gonna be like, "Do you want to try it on?" And she'll be like, "Can I?"
But I have some theories about Level, the man,
so like
the myth, the legend himself.
Yeah, let's talk about the man behind the mask.
Man behind the metal. I don't even know, helmet. There we go.
The helmet, yeah, the helmet.
The anime protagonist come to life.
Right?
Is he a protagonist? I mean, he chopped off my hand. Let's not forget. My whole arm was missing. I was straight up like fault. Moving my hands to point it accusingly at him.
Yeah, it is a bit your fault. It was justified.
You should have got a metal hand that
like Full Metal Alchemist.
I should have
Instead, you got your stupid flesh arm.
Shadow hand.
Just go.
It couldn't pick up anything.
Just go.
Says who? I would have made a hand
shadows?
out of. Yeah, I would have made a hand out of my shadow magic, and I could have had a shadow hand.
Just go to a blacksmith.
It's just like a clawed hand out of shadows, and it just has the shadows sweeping off the back.
It's my perfectly manicured hand, but all pitch black.
They just go to a blacksmith with your severed hand. Hey, what metals do you have molten and hot? We got mithril. Shit, works for me.
Great, plunge that shit in there. Or an obsidian hand. An obsidian hands where the nails were all sharpened to a point, and then they could slice things at a molecular
but isn't
level.
Obsidian
but you're
extremely,
not
extremely it's kind of like glass?
Yes, it's obsidian blades were dangerous because they could create cuts that were so sharp that they cut down at a molecular level.
I'm saying like it was really fragile too. It was like glass, so if you
if you smack it the wrong way, but us at our like thousands of golds, I could probably afford a few spares. I'm just gonna have one that's a blade, one that's a fork, one that's a hand, one that's a claw, and I'm just gonna pop them off for like the right situation.
Every time you go to punch someone, your hand shatters.
Who's to say I had to punch with that hand? All right. First of all, I'm a sorceress. I use more magic than I do my own hands, unless I'm threatening Tripwire.
Poor Tripwire.
Poor Tripwire.
But my theory on Level, I don't know. I think because he always mentions how like he changes as soon as he puts the helmet on. And he's like really cold and like seems like a totally different person. So I don't know, because he's the what's his name? What's his name's guard?
Yes,
Dockel,
the guy who handed me. Yeah, the guy who handed me.
Hand me.
Bitch, hand me.
Technically, he did.
Right?
Yeah, but he's his guard. So what if he's like under control of this guy? I don't know. I don't know what the deal with Level is.
I think
mind control helmets.
I don't think it's a mind control helmet. I think it's more of like I think it's a magic helm of some sort, obviously. But I think it's one
possessing him.
Ooh. That's one I haven't thought about before.
Cursed helmet.
Wait a minute. He changes when he puts the armor on. What if Level is the living armor?
Wait, what does that mean?
Remember, Bradavar was going to find armor. And it was living armor.
That means if he's destroyed, he basically explodes the world.
What if he's not actually living armor, right? What if his helmet is a part of where you have to figure out where he got the helmet from? But what if the helmet is a part of the living armor, and he, like when he wears it, part of him becomes the living armor?
That's a theory.
Is this not a theory?
Right now.
He seems to be able to take it off.
Hold on, I'm clipping this shit.
Easy.
He's clipping it.
I'm clipping this shit because that's a fucking theory if I ever fucking heard one.
A game theory.
Thanks for watching.
I can't.
Yeah, because I feel like he's gonna be like not evil, but like he's gonna be, I don't know, like a bad guy at some point, but that could be a good guy in the future. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Listen, if he's a bad guy, we might
be a
me
little
and the
fucked.
we might need to bust out our persuasion skills.
You guys, they like our sound quality. Thanks, Trey. Appreciate it.
Hey, it's solid today.
Hey.
Yeah, we're trying some new software, guys.
We're doing our
hopefully
best.
you can actually hear us.
We are officially leveling up. We have progressed to level 2.
Okay, so let's I know, right? Let's follow this theory out a little bit. Okay, so when he wears the rest of his armor, he's not a different person. It's just when he puts the helm on. So do we think that he's wearing the full armor or just the helmet?
I think just the helmet, because when they're brought together, it's like the most powerful thing on Earth. So I don't think he's wearing the full fit.
So
I mean, he did go 80 feet in 2 seconds.
He's got a connection to the Fae. That's a Fae thing.
Okay.
I think you're thinking too much into this because he can take off that helmet very easily. You think if the helmet was possessing him or something, it will be harder to take off.
I don't know if it's possessing so much as enchanted.
Yeah, I mean, who's to say the pieces, like SJ said, they're more enchantments than they are curses.
I can understand that.
Or, yeah, I don't quite know, but this is a theory that I am interested in.
Yeah.
The first official theory of the game.
Oh my
Is
goodness,
level actually
theory.
a piece of armor? God, I hope not. Come
Otherwise,
back
we're
next time.
fucked.
Is the armor wasn't here when the armor was originally announced. Is this like supposed to be an evil thing? Or?
So
basically, go ahead.
Go ahead, Jade, if you want to.
No. I I do this. I get ahead of myself. Go ahead. The thought's not fully there yet.
Okay. So Bradivar, who was a bad guy before we went into the Feywild for 10 years, basically he was looking for these pieces of armor that have been spread across the world, basically. And the reason they were spread across the world is because when they are joined together, they make the most powerful like being/weapon of all time. And the only reason they can be split apart is basically because a giant like natural disaster happens. So like once they're broken apart, it's like a giant explosion just happens and puts the pieces on every end of the earth. So he is looking for that for like to be, I don't know, for some evil scheme, I'm sure.
Yeah, he was looking for it like to be an evil dickhead.
Yes.
He was our BBEG.
He was looking for his mobile tactical nuke.
Yes, he was.
So if we just take one piece of this armor, he can't complete it.
Kind of, yeah.
The greatest game of keep away.
Okay,
with
yeah.
the
So once it's
universe.
But it's actually it's a living suit of armor, so it's a controllable entity that's invulnerable, and if destroyed, a catastrophic disaster happens and pieces are spread far and wide, basically, after the destruction.
Oh, so like a golem. It's not like something you wear. It's like something that's
it's a living piece. It's a living piece of armor. But who's to say that like if you have a piece of it and you don't know what it is and you use it as actual armor, you know?
That would make sense, yeah.
That's kind of my theory. If he's kind of a little bit different.
And like, because maybe like when he has the helmet on, there's more of like a connection of them like talking or communicating somehow. I don't know.
Maybe. These are all really good theories. These are all
Thanks.
really good theories.
Who brought this up?
I just yelled out possession, that the armor was possessing him, and then there
we
was
go.
Oh,
Thanks, Lizard. Thanks, Lizard, very much for that.
I watch way too much fantasy-based anime.
That's true. Me too.
Quick sidebar, speaking of fantasy-based anime, I'm a little upset that I can only watch the first 2 seasons of ReZero.
Really?
Yeah, because I
Uh-huh.
watched it on HBO, and HBO only has the
Oh.
first 2 seasons.
I have not seen it.
I love it.
I
Neither
watched
have I.
like half of the first season. I didn't really enjoy it. Like it was.
Okay, well, you know what? You guys can go fuck
I-
yourselves, all right? How
no,
about that?
I don't because it's too complicated for me. I'm too stupid to follow it, so I don't like it.
Listen, last anime I started watching was Jujutsu Kaisen.
Have you guys seen So I'm a Spider, So What?
No, I feel like
No,
that's
but
gonna
you
be.
talk about it all the time.
Wait,
It's
I
really
feel like it's one
fucking
of those
good.
like. Really, I think it's only gonna be like one of those like fan, like I don't know,
Fan
like
carried shows.
yeah, and like drawn for the fans, so like it's accentuating womanly features, I guess, just to be like,
Yeah.
just to be for
They
no
finished
reason.
the first. At least I don't know if they're doing a second season, but they finished the first season, and there's not. They don't actually do a lot of that.
No, really.
Yeah, but
Wow.
it's the story is extremely good. And they keep on they like push it that you only know very little bits, like they add a little bit each time, but at the very end they just completely tie the story together in an amazing way.
Hmm.
That
Hopefully, like this campaign.
yeah, I went on to the wiki, and I actually, because one of my friends, Alan, in the other Discord server, we both are watching it, and I saw something on the a wiki, and I didn't think they were going to add it. It was like a manga thing, and I didn't think they were going to add it to the anime. So I messaged him about it. He's like, "Stop spoiling for me."
Oh gosh.
look, I didn't see that, but I saw I got reincarnated as a spider. So what?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
I thought y'all were talking about got reincarnated as a slime.
No,
the
Spider.
slime one's pretty good too, but I say spider is better.
Oh, yeah,
This
I
has turned
haven't-
into anime convention.
I know we
2021.
we gotta wrap this up, and then we gotta go back to the main topics. Willie, what were you saying about the spider? Tell us about your spider.
No, it was just I was like I haven't seen slime, but I seen spider, and that
Also,
was
Rising of the Shield Hero is good. Sorry.
That was really good. Sorry.
Need to watch it.
Oh, it's fucking amazing.
I still need to finish JoJo. That's how bad I am at finishing shows.
I am
I
too.
can't watch
I never.
any of the really long ones.
I still never finished Fairy Tale.
Oh, neither did I. It got to the point where I was like, I'm tired of seeing fan service and not actual story plots. So I just
Yeah,
quit.
same. I need to finish Black Clover.
Mm.
I got
Okay. Anyway, we need to go back
Bringing
to
it
D&D.
back.
Bringing it back. I have a question that
Okay.
I would like to ask. Okay, so the different types of magic that are mentioned, like the shadow magic, time magic.
Yeah.
We got another
Demons
screw up
and
of the
mysteries.
Yeah,
camera.
I'm already working on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what, like, which magic is like which person. Like, obviously the shadow magic is Seiya, like that's pretty obvious. But what is like the time magic in the demons and the mystery one that we don't know about?
I think Kyle would be time magic.
Yeah, I was gonna say time as well, because it
Mm.
seems like maybe they're like past or like bringing my past to the future or something.
Yeah,
like that.
I think the time magic.
We need to go
has
back
do
to the
with
future.
Kyle.
Just pulling
We're
in
bringing-
different Kyles from the
We're
multiverse.
bringing my future to the past or something like that, and then deleting the memory,
Days of
And
Future
then-
Past.
and then that's why they die is because the time stream is trying to fix itself.
I don't know. I think that it's more along the lines of the spell maxes out, and there can only be so many Kyles, and so when they need a new one.
Marty, the time train is trying to rewrite itself.
And for the demon one,
Do
didn't
not have
Farquhar
sex with
have
your
the
mom,
demon?
Marty.
Yeah,
Do not-
Farquhar has his mysterious amulet. That could be the demon one.
Yeah,
That
That's
is
what I'm thinking.
demon magic.
yeah.
Yes.
It's like
Okay.
it's honestly a toss up. The toss up, yeah. Toss up between me and Kate. 'Cause I don't know. Like I said,
Bad.
No,
Shut up.
no. Yeah, Kate, like I said, who knows? He might just halfway through the campaign, he's gonna look at us like, "Hey guys, guess what? I'm a Balor. You're all gonna die."
Kyle, we can still hear you.
I muted him. It's okay.
Okay.
Kyle and his dog.
That's okay.
Kyle and Co are being a little rowdy right now.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, so who is then the mystery one, and then what's up with the Kate? That's what I want to ask.
I think
that's
the
why I want
mystery-
Sushi to be here, because I can ask about her Kate.
I think Sushi's gonna be coming by sometime in a little bit, hopefully. I think that Sushi is the mystery magic, just because that it like we don't know what it is, so he's trying not to give him away too much.
I'm just trying to figure out where Aisling fits in with that, or if she
You
doesn't
might be
get
the
in with that
mystery.
at all.
You might
Yeah,
be the
you might be
mystery
the mystery
magic. I mean, that's always true. That's a possibility.
Because I feel like there was another one that I didn't get, and so I just wrote Kate, and now I can't remember what it was.
I mean, it's you and a Kate who haven't shown like any like major like inklings toward anything. Because Farkar, the demon magic runs in his bloodline. Saya, she's the shadow.
I'm literally a
of a
shadow.
You're literally just a fucking shadow. So you're shadow magic. Kyle, he spent God knows how long in the Feywild. And then there's there's Aisling and a Kate.
And we just don't know what the fuck is going on with them. Yeah.
You two might just come together in some Dragon Ball style fusion.
You done? Huh?
You have to control one character between the both of them.
Oh, that would be so bad.
That would be interesting.
True.
Or like their characters fuse and then they'd split apart to the exact same character and they have to basically use the same character.
Ooh.
I don't like
Okay.
Nope. I refuse them.
All right. Who else has a question? I have more, but I
have-
will defer to someone.
I mean, I have a million, but
Fuck off, train.
but Lizard or Will, if you guys have anything that you want to ask, I know that
I'm not good at preparing for stuff. I have no questions. So.
Lizard.
I told
mean-
you I messaged it and said I have nothing.
And I messaged you back and give you ideas. Willie,
I didn't see that.
I mean, one of the things in my head is, why is Saya the way she is?
all right. So
Just out.
Oh, that
Out
kind
of-
of goes with one of mine. It kind of joins together. With
okay,
one of
cool,
mine.
great. Let's just bash Saya
Out-
really quickly.
Out of
I
every
was-
flavor you could have been, you chose to be salty.
First
Also,
of all-
what I was wondering is like Saya has become like a prominent character / main character in the campaign, and we don't really know how that happened, or like, did you plan that?
No.
Seems like-
So all right. So let's start with how Saya is the way she is. So when I made Saya, I was like, in campaigns previously, I have played half orcs. I have played like the super sweet. I've done the Aisling thing where I just kind of was like, ooh. I mean, and SJ can attest to all of this. Every campaign that I've ever been in, SJ has also been in. She is my
Yes.
first campaign buddy. And for people watching who don't know the story, she and I just kind of wanted to get something together to stream, and this was her and I's. This right now is the product of our. It's like our love child of like what we really wanted to do. So SJ can attest to the fact that I have done all of these things, and when I was making Saya, a really big thing for me was my last character that we play in a different campaign. She comes from like a really loving background, and she's just like so happy to be here, and she just like rolls with the punches, and she's like, it's okay guys, let's keep going. And I really kind of didn't want to do that again because she's also a half orc, and I wanted Saya to like have her own identity. So when I was making Saya, I was kind of thinking of like this, okay, she's a half orc, she's got this like scholarly background, let's, like, she should know this, like, dark secret, and people are trying to hunt her down for it, and, like, let's make her, like, brooding and dark. And then Hayden really took my character, but I was like, this is kind of the only backgrounds that I have. I kind of want to know nothing and let, you know, a sign of a good DM is somebody who can, like, take it and run with it. He fucking ran with it. So I have this, like, salty background because I'm like, I'm being hunted. People really want to find me. I'm trying to stay hidden. If I'm a bitch, people leave me alone. Like, that was what I was doing. And then I am thrown with this group of people I now have to be friends with. And I have to, like, be a bitch and be salty, but at the same time, like, I can't be, like, too aggressive because then I ruin the group dynamic. So I kind of have to just be, like, this, like, if I were to think of us as the Teen Titans, like, I have to be Raven and Ashley is Starfire. Like, that's kind of the dynamic I'm, like, I'm, like, basing right now because I can't push, and honestly, let's think about what Raven does, right? Raven basically is shadow magic. Like, this all kind of is tying together really perfectly of, like, this is now my character's inspiration of who I am. So there are some times, like, in our last session, you know, personally, I had a really good day, and so I was feeling really happy. So Saya kind of was not her normal bitchy self, and I kind of had to, like, halfway through the campaign, I realized I was being a little too friendly with her, and I was like, I kind of gotta bitch it up a little bit right now. Like, I've been a little too nice, so, like, let's go grab a bottle of liquor and drink ourselves under a table, because that's very Saya to, like, you know, just kind of roll with it and go down. And as for Saya becoming a main character, that was not intentional at all. I know that I have a really dominant personality. I know that I kind of tend to take the rein on things. I try not to, and this is something that I've spoken with Lizard. It was before you joined the group, but it's something that I've spoken with the group about, kind of behind the scenes, off camera, after a few sessions, before a few sessions. I have this thing where I say, like, listen, if I'm talking too much, like, someone message me and tell me to stop, because I just don't want silence. I think that that's the biggest killer for us in terms of streaming is silence. And so when we get to moments where, like, I try to sit and I try to wait and let somebody say something, and then nothing happens. And then I'm like, okay, guys, so what if we think about if we do this? Because I don't want our stream to fall short just because I held my tongue trying to give other people time to speak. And I know that can be really detrimental sometimes, because then I can kind of monopolize the situation. But I don't want, it's part of the reason why I also try to sit there and go, okay, so here's the situation. Hey guys, what do we think about this? And if I haven't heard from someone in a while, I try to bring them into it. Sushi has a habit of, like, being really quiet sometimes. So sometimes I'll be like, Sushi, what do you think about this? Hey, Kate, like, weigh in. What do you think we should do? And I know it's still monopolizing, but I'm trying to be inclusive in that way of, like, forcing the people who aren't maybe talking as much to kind of force them to talk a little bit more. And as for becoming, like, a group and a main character, I think two really important factors of that are, one is I really wanted this dragon so fucking bad. And I monopolized and I think because he became kind of like a group favorite, and the fact that I was monopolizing him so much, it kind of turned into he is now my thing. And then the other thing is the moment where we still had Rin, and we were in the tavern was happening, and it was Hecate and Tripwire were talking. And Hecate was talking to Tripwire, and he goes, Tripwire says, who's the leader of the group? And Hecate goes, I mean, I guess Saya. And then, like, Tripwire walked off, and I was like, oh, fuck, I'm the leader now. Like, it's now been said. This is all improv. That's what happens now. Now, because it's been said, it is what it is. And I kind of ran with it.
I now pronounce the party leader. Lead us to the kingdom of gold. Or to death.
Yeah.
Whichever comes first.
During the first session I was in, I kind of noticed that it was you and SJ that were talking the most, and you were, like, kind of going in it. So, and it seemed like everybody else was kind of being quiet. So, like, the first time, I had no idea what I was doing, and I completely stayed quiet. And then after the last couple ones, I've been trying to speak up more, but I also feel like I'm trying to, like, insert myself into it too much.
No.
So I'm trying to find the mix between, like, talking so it's more people talking, but also not feeling like I'm trying to push my character into it.
Here,
I'm glad somebody else has that feeling.
is that
Okay,
really what
Don't
it is?
feel
I-
alone.
Yeah, I felt that as well. Like every time I talk, I'm like, am I talking too much? Am I inserting my character?
Am I just
But
the
I think-
bitch that like has decided that if I talk too much, that everyone else has to fucking deal? Like,
I think you like before anybody, you were just the first one that could throw in their character. I think if anybody else started talking more often, they would have gotten the character role. But
what do you mean?
like one of the, they would have gotten more spotlight, I guess. It seems like you get a lot of spotlight because you are the one that talks the most. You are the one that improvs the most. So it's like you are the best case to.
And I think that is part of it. I think that's part of the reason why I got like this like really cool storyline a couple sessions in of like this like bitchin' shadow magic, and we met Jack, and Jack was like, okay, fine, fuck it, I know you, like you were a shadow, and like we got this whole really cool storyline. And I think it's because I was inserting myself, and now that SJ, I think, has, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think now that SJ kind of feels a little bit more comfortable and a little bit more herself in her role, and she's able to project that a little bit more, Hayden now feels like he has something to work with, and so he's able to jump in there, and like now we've got Level and Aisling having their own little thing. The other thing that Lizard was not around for was in the beginning. There was a lot of stuff that we were trying to figure out, so we were breaking off into groups a lot, and Saya would like go off in one direction. She met one of the, after everybody had gone to bed one night. This is a quick recap. After everyone had gone to bed one night, Saya saw Sebastian Socks. It was before he was named Sebastian Socks. He was just a random cat that we had noticed following us around. Everyone went to bed one night, and Saya made the decision to go follow this cat because it makes sense for her. She has been this lone wolf. She does not have friends. She's like, fuck it. People hunt me down, and I'm gonna like do what I like, learn what I can about this. And she followed the cat, and she got put in this really uncomfortable situation of getting found out in this like secret room with like our big bad evil guy, his like right hand man, and Jack. And because she got found out, immediately it was like, bluff for your life or roll a new character. Like that was the make or break moment for her, and she did. She bluffed for her life, and his right hand man she kind of made a deal with, and it turned into this like Hayden having to create this new role for me almost of, okay, Sorcerer Supreme is also now like head spy, and I had to be separated from the group a lot because if I spent too much time with the group, we made the decision that if I spent too much time with them, it was going to look really suspicious. And so she was off doing her own thing a lot, and that created a lot more storyline. And now that, like, when we went to go see Tripwire, when Saya leans into Aisling and says, he seems, like, interesting and dangerous, like, we need to find out more about him, and then Aisling ran off, that gave Hayden the opportunity to like create this storyline now for Aisling of like, okay, they're having this moment, how can we tie this back in? Because he really does, I mean, he thinks about everything and he ties everything back into everything. If anybody watching right now ever has a question, like feel free to go into our Discord and ask Hayden like a question about it. Too Good to Be True is his name on Discord. Ask him a question about our campaign and he will have an answer for you. Like he has thought so deeply about this world that he's created. It's insane. And when any of us branch off and have the opportunity to create a new storyline for him, he really gets into his element. And I truly believe, and this, I might be wrong, maybe he bullshits this the entire time, but I truly believe when he gets this moment, he then afterwards sits back and he thinks about it and he's like, okay, how can I tie this back? How can I make this better? How can I make this crazy? Like, how can I take this moment and this relationship and like bring it to the next level? And I think that that's what's happening with Aisling right now, is she had this moment with Level, and now we're getting this opportunity to create something more and to create a new bond with this NPC.
Yeah, I definitely think that. And I think in terms of feeling like you're pushing too hard, I don't think anyone would care if you just keep inserting yourself, and just like, obviously if there's like a direct conversation happening between two
Yeah.
characters and they're like arguing back and forth, that might be a bad time to like
That was like one of the
insert.
things is when we were in the Feywild, I wanted to come in the house because it was literally only Seiya in the house and they were
Mhm.
having the conversation. But I also felt like they are having a conversation. If I insert myself, then I'm directly like trying to insert myself and it feels bad. So that's why once the Quicklings came back, I was like, this is a perfect time to do it. And I started like pounding on the door, like, the things are back, the things are back.
Right.
And then they just kind of got brushed off. And I was like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, so I think like definitely inserting yourself is something you kind of have to do in D&D. Like I had to
Yeah.
learn how to do it. So feel free to insert yourself however you would like.
And the
Like,
Yeah,
same,
it seems.
I was just,
Oh, sorry.
no, I just was saying the same thing goes for you, Will. I mean, like you know your characters, and I think that like whenever I make a character, at least I try to put like a small bit of myself in there. I know that I can be a bitch in real life, like, and that's the part of me that I channel through Seiya. But I think especially, you know, you, Lizard, your character is so new and he's still figuring himself out, that I think you have this kind of like flexibility to kind of pull yourself into it still. And like if you want to be there for something, be there for something. Like you could, and I'm not going to tell you how to be your character, obviously, but like when we didn't know you at that point, right? We had no idea if Kyle was the guy who would just like walk up into someone's house or not. We don't know that. You 100% could have like, I feel like Kyle could have like walked around to the hut and been like, I've never seen this before, this is interesting, and then like found a back door somewhere and started walking through the house. Just be like, that could
really
have been
should've.
you. And
I had no idea how to play, so I was just like, we'll just flow with it. And then that's kind of how the character is now, where it's
Yeah.
like, it's already 3 in, I can't change it any.
But you're
But
only you're only 3
yeah.
in, and you have to think about the fact that an episode is not necessarily a day. Like we stopped halfway through, right? And we created a new.
Oh yeah.
We stopped halfway through a day and had to keep going. So it's not necessarily that like one is mutually exclusive with the other.
Yeah, I think it's only been 2 days in game time that we've met each other.
Right. So you have the opportunity to
Still change some shit. Yeah. That's okay.
Like
I'll have to think about
you
it.
have the flexibility to like actually be yourself. Hi, Cookies
Hey,
and
Cookie.
Cream. How's it going?
howdy, howdy.
Roll.
But yes, that was basically the answer to a long-winded answer to our questions. Will's
Sorry.
and I. So.
Yeah.
No, it spawned a good conversation. I'm glad we kind of talked about that. So
Yeah. I mean,
think
I
that's a good thing, dude.
definitely think that if you guys like, if you have something you want to say, fucking say it. Like I will back off. Like the whole like, say as a salty bitch, right? She doesn't like to take shit from anyone, right? So her storming the gates, like, Will, that was such a great time for you to step in there. As Farkar, like, you are this big bad guy right now. Not bad as in evil, but bad as in, like, badass. Like, you're this big badass dude. You're the only level 9 character right now, which I want to talk about in a minute. But you stormed in there. You were ripping me back. You were like, Seiya, get your ass back out here. This is a terrible idea. Like, you became that voice of reason. You inserted yourself into that situation, and I thought that was really perfect at that time. Because as soon as I started storming the gates and everyone else just stood behind me, like, watching me and letting me do it, I immediately kind of went, oh, this is not going to be good. Like, this is just Seiya going off again. And then you inserted yourself in there, and I was like, okay, good. Like, I have somebody, like, we can go with this right now. This is amazing. Let's do it.
I
So
became the parent who has their child on a leash backpack.
Pretty much. Like, I had, like, a little froggy backpack, and you were, like, ripping at me. You were like, ah!
No, girl, no.
You had, like, a crop in your head, and you were like, bad!
It
Crumpled up newspaper.
And eventually went from that to the meme of the girl yelling over the other girl, and the other picture's just a cat at the table. Ah!
Yes. Cookies and Cream, we're doing great. Thank you so much for asking.
And also welcome to our Discord.
Welcome. This is Twitch. But welcome.
Yes, no, I mean she joined the Discord as well.
Oh, did
just
she?
joined
Oh,
it.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Welcome, Cookies
So
and
that's-
Cream.
That's why I was saying that.
Friends.
Friends.
Look at SJ being on top of her shit. We did just kind of talk about this for a second. I do want to go back to it now though. So Farkar, how does Farkar feel about having leveled up so much? The rest of us are what, level 4, level 5 maybe, and you're like at level 9 right now. You were just like obnoxiously buffed, obnoxiously overpowered. Like you are our tank right now. How does that feel?
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't expect it. It was like, like it was genuinely just, we've put Aisling in the most situations. Like,
We yeeted that child one too many times.
we have, because what? We've sent her out into an armed guarding a fucking noblewoman or something.
Yeah.
We used her as bait for a giant monkey.
I
We
forgot.
just let her fucking 1v1 a fucking ogre.
Oh my god.
Rolled up to the fucking gates like 1v1 me, bruh.
We didn't
Got
even
her,
wait,
got her
we had
shit
her
kicked in.
we had her 1v1 2 ogres. One was the actual giant kin pack that she like rolled up to. She was like, I can speak giant. We rolled her up to the gates and the guy was like, I'll answer your questions if you beat me in a fight. Aisling, Cookies and Cream, I don't know if you're aware, Aisling's like, how tall is Aisling?
She probably like less than 5 feet. Like
Okay.
probably like 4'10", 4'11".
Yeah, so Aisling's 4'11" air genasi, and we just threw her at a giant kid, and we're like, you speak the language. And then we found an ogre in the woods, and we did the same thing. We threw her at the ogre again. Aisling has just been yeeted into one too many situations.
Yeah, so that was just okay, we've abused her enough. It's time for somebody else to bite a bullet.
So what's your HP right now then? What's your max HP?
I can pull that up real quick.
104.
I-
I
104?
have an overlay on Twitch, so it shows all of our D&D stuff.
The only level I've heard throughout all of this was Farkar was level 9.
Yeah.
So I didn't know anybody else. I didn't know anybody else's level. I thought everybody was around level 9 to 10, and I was level 5. I was like, "Holy shit, am I under level?"
No.
So when we were
No, okay,
when
what
we were
happened?
fighting the lonely,
Yeah,
I
what
got
happened?
hit once by a psychic attack, and I like peed myself when it did like 17 damage. But that was the only hit I took.
No,
Yeah,
we're
okay.
we're all level 5 right now.
Except for me, because I almost ended the game by pulling a card out of the deck of many things. Which was probably
do
one of
that.
the most nerve-wracking times of my life. Just,
So I fucked
this
this
might
whole,
end the session.
Yeah, I fucked this whole thing up by touching that card in the first place, but I think Hayden grossly misunderstood how much it was going to affect us if he got rid of he. I think he did not like the fact that I was using he as a crutch, and then I got Jack, and he was like, okay, you can only have one, and he tried to take one away from me, and all of us just like, we're like, nope! I
Wait, what
immediately
happened?
died.
We will indeed have her cake and eat it too.
I will get the
You
cake, the
cannot tell us
cupcakes, the
no.
lollipops, the cake pops. I get my fucking dragon.
You refused to eat the cupcake. It was me and Farkar who ate the cupcake.
I meant the
I-
metaphorical cupcake, but like I.
But what are we talking about? The
Okay,
what
about
are we
that
talking about the
cupcake,
deck of
though.
many thing.
Yeah,
So-
Oh, sorry.
Well, would you like to explain the deck of many things and how you came to be level 9?
Yeah, so we were all sitting in the tavern after he turned murderous against Seiya. And we were talking.
Which started
She's-
because I touched a card out of the deck of many. So the deck
Wait,
of many.
who's he? That's the dragon,
he
right?
is
Or-
our little dragon. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's the one that,
Like
Seiya
lollipops.
is. At this point, Seiya should just buy the candy shop.
Can somebody like make me a list of these characters so I know?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah,
know-
I can make that for you.
Yeah. I think
Okay,
that'd be
thank
great.
you.
Yes, of course.
Really quickly, a deck of many things is a deck of cards that each card
Yeah,
corresponds
yeah.
to a different thing. I had touched a card that turned a friend into an enemy, and it did not happen until he triggered his own polymorph and turned into a bear in a fight and immediately tried to maul me to death.
Yeah, and And there's things like, you gain land and some money. You gain money. Nothing happens. You lose a couple levels. You go up a couple levels. The world just ceases to fucking exist anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a couple years ago, I was watching some D&D stuff on YouTube, and they were talking about the deck of many things. So I know some of the effects. I don't know all of them. I know the wish spell, the one that lets you have a guard, and the one that takes your soul and puts it on another plane of existence or anything. But those are the only three I can remember.
So this
Worst case scenario is God has left the server shutting down.
yeah, pretty much. The Hayden has said this before, and I'm sure he'll say it again. He does not like having a deck of many things in his campaign. But there is a deck user, and I did touch a card, and it fucked everything up, and he gave us more than ample chances to reverse it, and none of us could pull the card that grants you the wish that we could wish he back to normal. And Farquhar did wind up pulling a card that made him gain 9 levels. Or he jumped to level 9. It's
Okay.
insane. So now the rest of us have hit points like 33, 38, 27, and then there's Farquhar who's 104. He's just about to bare knuckle box a freaking dragon.
Speaking of dragons, I want to bring up the next topic, if that's okay.
Do it.
So I want to know how Little Tripwire got his power to defeat a red dragon. And I've done some light reading on red dragons in my in the last week.
SJ's shootiest self.
I've done some light reading, and I want to talk about it.
Her light reading is this big, by the way, guys.
What'd you? Oh, sorry, I missed it.
Your light reading is this big.
Yes. So anyway, I went to the monster manual and just read everything about red dragons, and so basically they are the most dangerous and the most proud, and they want death very vehemently, and they are the most hard to kill dragons out of all the dragons. And I don't know how tiny little Tripwire just snapped a dragon out of existence.
How old did they say this dragon was again?
I think thousands of years.
I'm telling you, Tripwire just had a stick that he filled with explosives, and he found the right spot.
No, I think honestly, there was some higher being involved. I think that Hayden probably what happened is Hayden had this whole thing planned for us, and we fucked him over. And so he said, "Fuck you guys, you don't get the glory of killing a dragon." And he had our patrons rain light down on Tripwire, and Tripwire was able to kill this dragon in one blow, and now he gets to be mayor.
The Sphinx looked at us leaving. It was like, oh shit.
How does killing a red dragon put you in a political position? Is my question.
So the big bad evil guy, his name was Bradavar, that existed before all of this. He had the town scared, and because the town was scared, no one made any moves against him, and he just did whatever he wanted. And once Tripwire killed the dragon, everyone was like, "Oh shit, we've got Tripwire on our side. He just killed the dragon in one fucking blow. We don't have to be scared of this guy anymore." And because the town was no longer scared of him, he was able to leave. And Tripwire, there was now a power void that needed to be filled. Because Tripwire became this powerful person, he was able to fill that void. And he's not an unintelligent man. Tripwire is very smart, very capable. I mean, we push him around, but that's because we can, because he's literally 2 feet tall. So
this is why I need the list of characters.
Yes, I'm working on it right now.
No, yeah, it's good. I'm not rushing you. I'm just saying
you're fine.
I don't know the characters that well. So when you're talking about Tripwire, I know very little about him. I know that he's basically short and he killed a dragon and he's mayor now. That's all I know.
Yeah, so I mean,
something about explosive swords or something we were talking about earlier.
So we can
a couple of that.
We'll put together a actual channel in the Discord maybe for specifically for our characters, and we can lock that channel so that it's only being used for characters, and then we can continuously update things about each character in there. We'll give headings and put little bodies into them, and we can go back in and edit them and keep typing and things like that, and we'll come up with like a really good long list of characters.
I won't lie though, Tripdo had
Tripdo.
Tripdo. No, Tripwire has come in clutch multiple times.
Seriously.
Like it's like the one that comes to mind was the chessboard.
That's true.
But was
Listen.
that Tripwire? Do we count
Yeah,
that as
that
being
was-
Tripwire because the only reason Tripwire was there is because he polymorphed him into a snail and then threw his ass out. He was like, "I got you, bitches," and threw a snail, and the snail went
Listen.
poof.
It doesn't matter if it was willing or not. He helped out, so I will count that.
Wait, chessboard and getting chucked as a snail. What are we talking about?
There was our first
Okay.
big thing. Our first big thing that we did was we had to fight these. We had to start by getting rid of these giant kin, and then they were like, "Well, our home is being attacked right now by some like weird puppet master type thing." So we had to go and we went and cleared out the land so that they would be good. And when we cleared out the land, there was a giant chessboard, and we had to fight the other pawns on the other pieces on the board. And we were getting outnumbered and our asses kicked, and our little dragon friend T, it turns out, had polymorphed Tripwire into a snail and stuck him into Seiya's bag. And so when Seiya was like, we could use some help here, he just took Tripwire and threw him out of the bag in snail form. And when you're polymorphed, if you get any damage, you immediately revert back to your original form. So he popped back open, having been a snail and thinking like a snail and just wanting leaves, literally popped open, and now is like, what the fuck is happening?
And I think that was the point where we had like half our characters were down at that point.
Yeah, we were really hurt. I think that's
We
part
were
of the
really
reason why
hurt.
we were doing that is we were
Mhm.
really damaged. But
Yeah.
this kind of segues me, I think, into my universal question for everyone. Who's your favorite NPC right now?
Hmm.
I can't answer that. I barely know any of the NPCs. So.
Well, so just getting a kind of brief look at all of the characters that are in our world, who do you enjoy the most?
I think for me it's a tie between Level, obviously, and
Ashley's boyfriend.
and Franklin. I think Franklin is a really interesting character. I want to know where he got his limp from. He didn't have that when he
That's
left.
interesting. Okay, we can ask him that. That's an easy question to ask him. Why have you never asked him?
Because we literally found out he got a limp like 3 episodes ago.
All right,
Okay.
fair enough.
Anyway, so it's probably Level and Franklin.
It's interesting because it's Ashling's first boyfriend and Ashling's current boyfriend.
Ignore them. That's not correct.
That is 100% correct. That is the only correct thing.
Franklin helped me dance because I didn't know how one time, and that was the extent of our interaction.
And then Seiya, the bitch that she is, was like, "Ooh, your new boyfriend. You guys dance together. That means you're in love."
Yeah,
Cookies
Cookies
and
had the
cream.
same reaction.
Cookies and cream, same thing. Ooh.
No. Oh my
But
goodness.
now it's just that with Level.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Now Franklin comes back and they have to fight over her.
I'm sorry,
Franklin
has a
getting
kid now.
taken out.
Oh, I didn't know.
It's not his kid. It's his sister's kid.
Well, he's still the new guardian of that kid.
Ashling doesn't like children.
Matter.
No, she likes children because she's as tall as them and things like
Ashley
them.
doesn't
But
want to be a mom.
no.
All right, so Will, who's your favorite NPC right now?
Shit, that
Confirmed question mark.
It is.
I saw that.
confirmed question. I kind of want to say Tusk.
Tusk's a really cool character. I want to know more about him and about his patron, the Elder Being.
The elder.
I'm just waiting until the day he rolls up. It's like, fuck it. I am tired of everybody's bullshit. I'm going to erase some people.
Yeah, I feel like he's got like some weird Vulcan pinch that like actually just incinerates you.
I'm just waiting for for him to just cast mass word kill.
Yeah, I feel like Tusk is definitely a character who could 100% just like disappear everybody off the face of the earth.
You gonna share that Chinese food? What's in the bag?
What's in the bag?
Dog.
Mom, is there enough to share with everybody?
You gonna share that Chinese dog food?
No, I think
This is our new
He's
segment of
dying.
Behind the Crits.
His like, mom or
this
whatever
is
can't
what's in that
understand
bag.
what we're saying. He's dying in the background, and she's trying to talk to him.
Lizard, I think that Cookies and Cream saw your dog.
Oh, yeah, Chinese food. We'll eat them later. Not actually.
Please don't eat your dog. Lizard's dog is very cute, but Lizard's dog can be very loud. She's a howler.
No, she's usually pretty quiet. It's usually the neighbor's dog that barks. She only barks. That was like her. She only barks if my uncle goes outside the house.
Listen, I'm over here trying to have a serious conversation.
Yo,
Mom,
did you
is
bring
there
it
enough
up?
for the rest of
Yeah,
What's
did you
in the
bring it up?
bag?
What's in the bag? What'd you get?
fucking yeast rolls?
What?
I'm gonna share.
What is a yeast roll?
It's a yeast roll. It's fucking delicious.
It's a yole. It's a yole.
It's a yo.
It's a roll with yeast instead of.
All bread
Whatever
is
the
made
other-
with yeast. What are
No,
you talking
no.
about?
There's yeastless rolls for people who
Yeah.
have yeast allergies.
There's yeastless bread.
Yeast is
Yeah.
what makes bread rise. I am so confused right now.
There are
No,
other
you
ways
can-
to
you
make
can-
bread rise.
There's
Yeah,
other
you
ways.
can use other ways to make bread rise.
So it's just a regular
As someone who has to
roll.
make bread by various ways, I understand that.
Yeah, I got
It's a roll that uses yeast as opposed to not.
yeast.
yeah, I got
Yeast and West.
I'm sorry, I have man.
yeah, I
Okay.
got
Fucking Mike
rolls, I
Tyson
got
over
crab
here.
cakes. Got
Ooh.
rolls, crab cakes, shrimp, fish,
Sugar
chips.
free sugar.
You mean Splenda?
You mean cancer?
There's coconut sugar, which is sugar free, and there's also what else is there?
I like my
I
standard.
can't
sugar
believe it's
cane.
not butter.
I like
What?
my
I can't
Not
believe it's not
butter.
chemicals.
I like all of my food to have the chemicals in them just the way God intended.
I want my hot dogs to be at least 10% sugar, or I'm not eating that shit.
Listen here.
Listen, side tangent. Can we just go on about how good like cheddar bacon dogs are?
Oh, I love hot dogs. I love hot dogs so much. I just want hot dogs. We've got this place.
I've never had that before.
There's-
Somebody clip that. Somebody
Oh
clip
my
that.
God,
please.
not my face. Do not clip my face. No one's clipping it. It has
Oh,
not been
no,
clipped.
pull
No one is
up
clipping it.
everything.
No
I
one is
love them
clipping
so
it.
much.
Love dogs. Love hot dogs. We have
Cookies
this
and
place-
cream. I have a job for you. I
Cookies
need
and
you to
cream
clip
is
that
not
for me.
doing it.
Now I
Cookies
need
and
you
cream,
guys
I
to
beg of you.
watch. I need you guys to watch. It's a guy on YouTube called Hugby. He does how it's actually made. He does voiceovers of different like how it's made,
Mhm.
but he does like joke ones. You need to watch the hot dog one now.
Oh,
Kind of
You
like
will
uh,
never
Ozzy
eat
Man.
a hot dog again.
No, I love hot dogs. I know what goes into them. I choose to just never think about it. I really, really, really love hot dogs. There's this place in Philadelphia. It's called Destination Dogs. They've got like all types of sausage and hot dogs and things. I've had boar. I've had python. I've had alligator, kangaroo. I mean, they got everything.
Kangaroo.
Yeah,
shit,
so
I
they,
might be
so they're-
making a trip there.
Yeah, it's. I mean, listen, if you guys want to go, let me know. I'll meet you there. They really have their menu set up kind of like a beer menu. So they have domestic and international. The domestic are all inspired by cities and states. So there's like the Boston dog and the Philly dog, and they're inspired by the foods of that area.
The
And then
Chinese dog is an actual dog.
Oh, stop it! And then there's a international menu, and the international menu has like Australia and Norway, and there's like a breakfast one. There's a breakfast dog. It's on Texas toast.
Sausage.
Oh, and their buns are not. They have gluten-free buns, but their buns are actually they make in-house Texas toast that they put the hot dog onto.
Fucking respect.
So fucking good. I think I have a mini orgasm every time I think about it.
Yeah, that face.
Yep,
we
there
can
was
tell.
another
Yeah.
one right there.
Yeah.
I just had another one really quickly. I just was thinking about it.
See, there's a restaurant like half an hour away from me called Hillbilly Hot Dogs.
Mm-hmm.
You put some twang onto that one.
Oh,
Hillbilly hot
hillbilly
dogs.
hot dogs.
Yeah. Listen, you can't say Hillbilly Hot Dogs without a little something twang.
little bit something in there.
No, I've never been there.
To Razoo's, where's that? Willie, keep
That's a
going while we
good
wait for
question.
Cookies and Cream to answer.
Yeah,
So
no,
hillbilly hot dogs.
it's literally a wooden shack with a bus rammed into it
All
and
right,
converted into a restaurant.
that's immediately the best food right there. Like,
But no, I want to go there. I want to try their home record dog. It's a 15.
it's so good it makes you want to cheat on your wife. Like,
No, it's a 15-inch 1 pound hot dog with tomatoes, lettuce, slaw, ketchup, mustard, habanero sauce, roasted peppers, roasted onions, cheese, tomatoes.
you said tomatoes.
You said tomatoes.
You lost me at mustard and the hot sauce. I'm not a fan of those two things. The rest of it sounds great. I don't like this.
I looked up the closest Razoo to me. It's 6.5 hours away.
Cookies and Cream. Where's that Razoo's?
Are you still in the chat? Are you still with us?
Hello.
It's
There's
Is
a
it me you're looking for?
Texas only. Yeah, that's pretty far. Most of us are East Coasters.
Mhm.
I'm up in the
Unfortunately.
Northeast in the greater Philadelphia area. Willie and SJ, I think, are both in the Carolinas.
Not
No?
anymore.
Oh, not anymore. Never mind.
No, I moved to West Virginia like
West
3 months ago.
Virginia. Mountain Mama.
So for the longest time on that song, I always thought it was Mount Your Mama, not Mountain Mama.
No, that's Alabama.
Every time I sung that song, I would say Mount Your Mama. And then I was like, this is the weirdest fucking song ever.
Your poor
And then
mother.
I figured out it was Mountain Mama. I was like, oh, that makes more sense.
Your poor mother. I'm
Alabama.
imagining you in the backseat as a toddler going,
I don't.
Mount your mama.
Listen, it wouldn't be as bad as my brother. His favorite song is WAP.
Oh, wait.
How old is he?
7?
Oh. Okay.
He doesn't understand a damn thing.
Have you guys hold
Hey.
on? I need you. I'm gonna post a link to this in the chat. Have you guys heard Gilbert Gottfried do a dramatic reading of WAP?
Oh no. Oh,
It is.
no.
Hold on. I could probably get this up in the chat. You guys keep talking,
no.
and I'm gonna try to get this up in our actual stream right now. I'm gonna see if I can get that going. It is the funniest thing I have ever seen in my life. I legitimately I crack up so hard. I am crying every time.
Can I have
Nice.
Gilbert Gottfried to be the ordained minister of my wedding?
I mean, probably. In all sincerity.
I'm tempted on like this is actually quite fun. I'm tempted on just doing a podcast on my personal channel, different day.
Of what, all of us?
Well, just
Comedy
people,
legend
but it's fun.
Gilbert
I don't know
Gottfried
who. But I'm having
reciting
fun,
the
even though
lyrics
like
to
we
WAP
veered off
from
of
Cardi
D&D a
B.
while ago. So
I mean, that's the nature of it. We veer off, we get back on, we veer off.
That's what makes it interesting.
It's the best of both worlds. You got
Yes.
people coming in for D&D, and then we got people coming in for
Hot dogs.
the idiocy.
debauchery.
Oh
It's
God,
like
I
the
could
Odyssey,
hear it.
but it's-
Yeah, I know you could hear it. Cookies and Cream. I'm sorry. I'm about to play it though. So this is the guy whose channel this is, and he's just doing the introduction for it. I don't think we're gonna watch this full minute and 43 seconds, but it does need to be seen by the world.
and Megan Thee Stallion.
Can you guys hear
The
this?
floor is yours,
Are we
Gilbert.
allowed to do this?
No, you can't hear it.
Yeah,
I can't hear it.
yeah,
Yeah, you
I mean,
fucking with some
I
wet
think
ass
we'd be
Oh, I
pussy.
turned up the stream
Bring
volume. I
a
can't.
bucket and a mop for this wet ass pussy. Give me
I can't
everything
hear
You can't hear it? Oh my
No,
No,
god.
it's fine. It's because I'm streaming on my phone and I have to keep my phone muted so I don't get
That's
picked
right,
up on
so
the
you don't get
computer.
picked up on the computer. All right. So, I mean, you guys heard it. We
Gilbert
technically
Godfrey reading.
we are a
Gobby.
mature channel, so we can say these things. You do have to verify you are of age to be able to watch our channel. So that little clip that I did show, it is fine. I am gonna post it into our Discord if you want to watch the full thing. It's, I mean, hilarious. I can't handle
Doesn't
how much
he
it makes
also
me
just
cry.
read 50 Shades of Grey?
He probably does, I'm sure. It's Gilbert fucking Gottfried. He can do whatever he wants. He's the
The
voice
only
of my
reason I know this-
childhood. Like, Gilbert
It's because
Gottfried could
yeah.
step on my face and I would say thank you. Not
The
in
only
like a
reason I know
sexual
this-
way, but like, you know, I respect everything he's ever done with his life kind of way.
No, definitely in a sexual. The only reason I know this is because I watch a guy named Lalathon that does VR chat videos, and he's made an avatar where he has Gilbert Godfrey reading out 50 Shades of Grey, and he has to like fast forward it because he can't actually like say most of that shit in his videos on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Cookies and
Yeah,
cream, what are we waiting for?
You know, I feel bad for any vegans who watch us, as I'm currently eating
Oh.
crab cake out of a crab head.
Stop, I'm imagining I'm imagining a hot dog again.
It's okay, vegan people. I work at a vegan restaurant. It's fine.
Ugh. Listen, I respect you if you're a
My crab
vegan.
cake!
You're allowed to be a vegan, be whatever you want to be.
Not the crab.
Respect my choice to just deep throat hot dogs all day long.
Clip that! Fucking clip that!
No, they're not
They were-
clipping it.
I work
Yes.
at a vegan restaurant. Oh, my crab!
Just the 3 stages of mayhem. I work at a vegan restaurant. Oh shit, crab! I
Deep
just
throat
love
hot
hot
dogs. All right, so let's
The
pick a
3
new
phases
topic.
of insanity.
We've gone off like by a lot right now. I think that we should probably pick a new topic. I have a question for Aisling, not for SJ, but for
Yes.
Aisling.
Okay.
What is
Yes.
your favorite thing that you have seen on your travels so far? This is new. You're new to adventuring in the world, and you've experienced a lot of stuff. Right now, what's your favorite thing that you've seen?
Do you want me to do this in her voice
I
or
mean,
no?
if you want, you do this
I'm
however
good.
you're comfortable
Her-
doing it.
Her voice is kind of hard to do. Probably a bedroom. She's never had a bedroom before,
Okay.
so that's probably her favorite thing.
All right. That's interesting.
Because it's like a solid enclosed space that you can just sleep in, a nice comfy thing.
So give us a little bit more about Aisling's backstory. I know that we kind of glossed over all of our backstories really quickly that day that we met in the fog. I know that there's a mountain and you had no parents. It's like
Yeah,
the
so
perfect
basically-
beginning.
The perfect beginning. Basically, so she's a druid, and druids don't really have like a deity they worship. They
Mhm.
more worship nature and like the nature itself. So her parents, in an act of faith, decided to give her to the mountain when she was little. So basically, just leave her there and let the mountain decide her destiny. So
Okay.
basically that's what happened, and so she was living there all by herself for
Guys-
like however many years.
Aisling was yeeted the day she was born.
It's true. It's
What?
true.
What's the
The druids
prognosis?
are just Amish.
What?
The druid are extreme Amish.
Yeah.
They reverted modernity, but they haven't gone back to monkey yet.
Anyway, yeah, so she's lived by herself most of her life, so she's never really been around people, because the only people that come up there are like monks or rangers that are trying to hunt something. So
All right.
she has a little fun fact, she kind of hijacks letters as they kind of go by. Like with traveler birds, she'll kind of hijack the letters and like read, and that's how she learned how to read and how she gets all her
Aw.
information.
That's so cute.
And then-
Oh, it's so cute. Theft.
What's
I mean, she would give them back. Like she wouldn't keep them.
The amount of secret plans for world domination.
I know.
she's read.
I was just gonna say. So what's? I mean, I know this is gonna kind of be off the cuff for you, but what's Ashling's favorite letter she's ever read?
Oh,
Quick, make something up.
I know. I'm thinking.
It's good
Um,
because I feel like when we skip sessions, that sometimes like our creative juices get a little blocked. So I'm gonna ask you guys questions about your characters that I prepared to kind of help keep us in that mindset, and maybe you'll have something to take with you for your next session.
So I think rather than the best, it would be the worst letter she's ever
Okay.
read. Is the most memorable one she would remember, and basically it's a
You were
letter
adopted.
about. I was adopted. No,
Technically, she was by the mountain, so.
Yes,
Somebody's
mountain-
sending that letter
mountain
to like,
mama.
their child. It's like over like carrier pigeon. It's just the letter. All it says is "you are adopted."
Probably the worst one she's ever read is about an assassination in one of the big cities in Scotland, and basically the entire plan and how they were gonna follow through with everything. And she basically, that was her impression of people who live below the mountain, was that they're all like savages and just try and kill each other all the time for political gain.
So I have two questions for that then. The first being, did she give the letter back to the pigeon and allow this plot to happen?
Probably not. She didn't.
Okay, and then having not given the letter back, now that she's been down here for a little while, what does she still feel that way about it? I mean, she's seen a lot of terrible stuff. She came into this, she learned about Bradavar. We've got bad guys that we're constantly fighting. There are political plots. There was that Lady Lord who got kicked out because she wasn't being beneficial to the BBEG. So does she still feel that way about people below the mountain being kind of savage in that way?
I would say she's still making up her mind, but I would say there's definitely like an undertone of like she would always revert back to that idea if anything like giant bad were to happen. So like for now it's like, oh, it's okay, I have some friends, but if anything like super bad were to happen, she would immediately revert back to that mindset and probably leave.
That's creepy as fuck. The dog in the background just staring at the camera.
Do you think that Aisling could ever be turned against the group in a permanent way by the actions of the group?
Yes.
Okay, interesting. That's really interesting. And does anybody else have any questions for Aisling? Anything that you thought of?
Not at the moment.
Maybe
I
while
would
we
have to.
shovel Cajun fries into our mouth. I don't think they're Cajun.
judge.
I think they're crab cakes, but either way,
Now they're rolls.
they're rolls. The Doge is plotting murder. It's a dog, not a cat.
Listen, dogs can plot murder. They're just kind about
Ever
it.
seen a pit bull? Actually, some of them are really nice.
First of all, that's the wrong dog to pick. If you're gonna pick a dog plotting murder, it's gotta be a Chihuahua.
I
I've
used to have a Chihuahua.
I've seen a video where it's a guy who's like, people always ask what is the most relaxing thing for me.
And
Just
if
to pet
that's
my
the dog that's
And the
like
dog's just,
literally
fucking
terrorizing
freaking
his hand, yeah.
out.
Listen, I give all props to that man. Those little fuckers hurt when they bite.
I know they're
Yeah,
terrible.
he did it for like a good 2 minutes straight, and then at the very end he just goes, "Ow," and then just ends the video.
Cookies and cream, I agree that pit bulls are babies and they are my favorite type
nanny
of dog.
dogs
No.
for the longest time because they were so good with
Mhm.
children.
Wait, no, it's not pit. What's the ones that are like? Is it pit bulls that are like supposedly
Rottweiler?
like bad?
Yes, it's pit bulls that
Oh.
get the bad rap because they have the lockjaw.
Oh,
They're used in dog fighting because they can be trained to bite down and to not let go. Lots of dogs can be trained to do that, but pit bulls are bred specifically for fighting, and because of that, they've gotten such a bad rap. When 50 years ago, pit bulls were referred to as nanny dogs because they were so good with children that you could literally leave your toddlers alone in the house with them, and they would take care of the children like as a nanny. Like they were and still are amazing babysitters. But I mean, any dog has the capability of being a bad dog. But even then, I don't truly believe in bad dogs, just bad owners. So,
Okay, on the topic of dogs, how do y'all feel about pugs?
cute in
Oh.
a weird way.
I don't
I
know.
think-
They like literally they can't breathe because their own skin like folds up
It's
over their
just-
nose.
They're deaf,
Are
dumb, and
pugs the ones
blind.
that- Are
Have you
pugs
ever
the
seen
ones
a-
that cannot reproduce in the wild naturally?
Pugs, French
There's-
bulldogs, pretty
there's-
much most of the brachial breeds that are with those short, stubby bodies.
Have y'all seen a pug skull?
A cult?
Skull,
pug skull.
yes. But if you would like to post a link of it in the Discord, you feel free.
It's fucking goofy.
They are fucking goofy.
It looks like a child made a skull with Play-Doh.
Yep,
During arts and crafts session.
yep. That's
It
about.
said-
That's pretty much exactly it. Yeah.
He made a skull, went up to the teacher, and said, "Doggy."
And the teacher was like, "Yes, that's very good, little Annabelle
Anna.
Lee." I was trying to give her like a little bit of a southern name.
You know, I bet in the drafting process it looked like a cute dog, but then somebody dropped the only prototype skull they had and it dented.
And then God was just really tired, and he was like, "Fucking just stick it on Earth anyway. I don't care.
just-
I'm going to bed."
Oh, I wonder who made the skull. It's Helen Keller.
Oh God.
I'm.
SJ is just not happy with you right now. On that note, moving on, Farkar, I want to
Hello?
know, so give us a little bit more about your backstory, for people who don't know, in relation to your gem that you covet.
Yeah, so essentially what it is somewhere along Farkar's line, like family line, somebody had made a deal with a demon for more power. And it turns out that power became hereditary. So
Nice.
everyone from his line, inherited that power. Some people used it for good, some people used it for evil, some people just didn't even use it at all. Every generation used it differently until finally it got to Farkar's generation.
So, with you being level 9 now, how much of this demonic power are you able to channel into? How much of this demon are you able to communicate with? Like, what does this mean for you at this point in time?
I mean, as of right now, Farkar is not like directly able to communicate with the demon,
Mm-hmm.
but he's more or less able to tap into some of he's able to tap into the demon and its power, but he's not able to talk to it.
Okay. Do you
So,
have...
like I said, he can grow the arms, which he can also use to cover his hands, but he prefers it, like on his shoulder blades as 2 extra arms.
Mm-hmm.
And now he has the head,
The head?
which just
Ooh.
makes him look like did I not show you the
Oh,
updated
yes.
version I made?
I think you did, yes. It's in here somewhere.
Where he just looks like a fucking superhero.
It's like those snakes with 2 heads. He has like his normal head and then the other head.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's like it. Yeah, so now that he's level 9, he's started to gain a little bit more power of the demon,
Mm-hmm.
which is why he's now taken 2 levels in the warlock.
Okay, yeah.
And he's also inherited some of the flaws, the emotional manipulation of it, which is why he's a barbarian now, and
Yeah.
why he easily gets enraged.
All right.
Also, why as soon as he turned level 8, he looked at everybody and said, "I just want to fucking kill Bradivar. Drop a fucking house on him, blow him up with some bombs. I don't care. I want him dead now.
Like, kill him!
I do remember that.
Yeah.
If you won't do it, I will by myself."
Who's
I will
Bradavar?
storm the beaches.
Bradavar was our original BBEG.
Oh yeah. I just-
So I
Fuck
have,
off, train!
so
Sorry.
I have a follow-up question for both you, Will, and for Farkar. Do you have any idea of the demon that's inside your amulet? So starting with Farkar, does Farkar have any idea of the demon that's in there, or is this more of like a myth that's being passed down through the family that no one's really sure of anymore?
No, it. Okay, so the thing with that is it was like sort of, kept up with in the Zeum line.
That's Farkar's
Yeah,
last
it
name
was-
for those of you that are watching.
Yeah, his full name is Farkar Zeum.
Show of hands,
And
does
so-
anyone else have a last name?
I was gonna put a last name to my character, but I was already struggling finding up a name, so I just wrote Kyle at random. And you're like, "What's the name of your snake?" And I was like, Kyle."
Kyle.
And that's how we got Kyle Co.
No, actually, no. I was thinking of a name. Somebody else said Kyle as a joke, and I was like, "Yeah, we'll do it."
Cookies and Cream
don't
really
remember who
needs a
said it.
last name. You're exactly right, Cookies and Cream.
Yeah, so the thing, like I said, thing with that, it was chronicled with the Zeum line.
Hmm.
So his mother was the last Zeum, not his father.
Zeum
his
is
mother was
maternal
the-
name.
So his mother was the one who had the demon powers, not the father.
All right.
The father was just the one who had the money. She had the powers.
I've got the power.
But his whole home being, attacked and burned to the ground, and his mother, I say his mother was like a level 16th monk just whooping ass in a tunnel. But there's only so many times you can use the deflect missile before a few crossbow bolts hit you and you're done. And
Your
that's
poor
essentially what
mom.
happened. Oh, while Farkar watched while running away, he just saw his mother get fucking executed with a crossbow.
God damn. God damn.
He went to the groundskeeper. Dear God, he's fucking Batman with demonic powers.
Ah, you beat Batman! I love
See,
that we're all having revelations right now.
See,
Like,
I always made the joke that, like, now that he has, like, the arms and head and whatnot, I always made the joke that I somehow managed to make fucking Sasuke from Naruto.
Sasuke!
And that's why and that's
Sasuke
why
could.
and that's why I got the lightning spells, just to say fuck it.
I want you to know Cookies and Cream
He is like my
really
most hated
impressed.
character.
Is Sasuke?
Like,
Yes.
Cookies and
But
Cream
that's a
is
whole
really-
topic for another video.
Cookies and Cream is really into your Batman. I want you to know Sasuke is my favorite character. But I very
I have
clearly
some things
I
to
want
say
you to-
about that.
I want you to
But
know
the
that I
thing-
very clearly have a type. It's Sasuke, Gajiel from Fairy Tail. Like, I have a
Like-
type. We know this.
And the funny thing is, it didn't realize me until I was on YouTube one day just looking at music, because I'm a music addict.
Right?
Like, it's not even funny how much music I listen to. So I was just listening to music, and this artist called Divine Music, if anyone knows of him.
No. Keep going, though.
Maybe.
Yeah, he's like this rock nerdcore artist. So, and he released a song about Sasuke called Beyond Human.
Okay.
And
I
I'm
might
just
know
sitting,
who he is.
and I'm just
Yeah,
sitting
I
there
know who he
listening.
is.
Okay,
Cookies
yeah,
and Cream
I'm
agrees
just
with
sitting.
me. Sasuke is hot. Go fuck yourself, SJ.
I didn't say he wasn't hot. I said I don't like him as a character.
I like people because they're hot. That's kind of my thing.
You know what? Hold on. Before I continue, everybody's opinion on Sakura.
Annoying
I
as
haven't
shit.
watched Naruto.
Annoying as shit.
I have not watched
Annoying as
Naruto. I
shit.
would need to look up the character.
Annoying as shit.
I think
Annoying as
she's
shit.
really annoying in the first like Shippuden and Naruto itself. I think in the Boruto show she's kind of holding her own, but not too much.
Boruto is not good though. Don't watch it.
It's not. I
Just
don't watch it. I just follow the memes.
Yeah,
I follow the memes.
I don't watch it because it's not good. It's no bueno.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
If
by
I
the
want to
way,
watch it, I
adding-
need to watch Naruto first.
Adding to my list of anime guys, let's put in there also Vegeta. I like people who are mean to me.
Now you have
Oh,
Trey.
we've got a masochist on our hands.
Go fuck yourself, Lizard.
He's not wrong. You have a type, and it's very fucking specific.
I like him tall, dark, and angry. Tall, dark, and
Because you-
angry.
People who will put you in your place.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
walk up to him, it's Gogeta or Vegito. He's like, huh. I like Vegeta more. I like his personality type more. Let's go with Vegito.
Vegito. It sounds like a Cheeto. It's like a veggie Cheeto. This is the Vegito.
like those veggie straws.
Yeah.
It's a Vegito.
Bruh, if they don't come out with like a sponsored brand of like Japanese veggie straws called Vegito
Vegitos?
straws, I'm going to be pissed.
They're not going to do it. You have to make it yourself.
Yeah.
I will fucking make it myself then.
And then you're going to get copyrighted.
I don't give a damn.
How? How's he gonna get copyrighted for Vegito? It's a veggie Cheeto. Vegito.
As long as I don't
Let
sell
me
it.
tell you. I know
As
a lot
long as
about
you-
copyright laws.
No, you can sell it as long as you don't put the character on it.
Yeah, you don't put the character on it. It's a Vegito. It's a veggie Cheeto. Vegito.
Yes, as long as you don't.
You
have
might still
visual.
be able to get copyrighted for that.
No, unless they've already trademarked Vegito, I don't think he will.
They might
The
have already
unofficial
copyrighted
spon-
Vegito.
Vegito, the unofficial sponsor of anime conventions everywhere.
Vegito, the unofficial sponsors of the NFL. Just see it on the fucking like the fucking fucking 500-foot fucking plasma screen TV above the stadium. Says this touchdown was sponsored by Vegito veggie straws.
Anywho, we need to get back to D&D. We keep tangenting.
Yeah, okay, but yeah, finishing up what I was saying. Yeah, so there was
I like them tall, dark, and angry is by far my favorite. So in the Discord channel, I want you to know that there is a channel that does say favorite lines. You can feel free to put that in there.
Yeah, so it's like there was a chronicling of like the entire Zeum line,
Mhm.
like start of demonic power to finish.
It's already there.
Yes.
I mean, I feel like at this point, Farquhar is either going to become fucking Virgil from Devil May Cry and just become this all-powerful being, or just somehow manage to kill himself mid-fight.
That sounds about right.
Yeah,
If you're-
there was
Oh.
chronicling of the line, but it got burned down as well as his mother and his house. Maybe his father. He doesn't quite know.
Mm-hmm. These things all sound about right for me. These all make sense.
Just dark, brooding, possible emotional issues.
Definite daddy issues.
Well, no, Farquhar is definite mommy issues.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. This is all sounded great.
Okay,
I'm now
see-
afraid that sorry, I'm now afraid that's just going to get taken on like a separate storyline, and I'm worried.
Oh boy.
Okay, I also have a question for Farquhar.
Okay.
This is a pretty simple one, so it's not a big lengthy answer. So what now that you're level 9 and you have the possibilities of more things you can do, what is one either spell or like move that you want to do with Farquhar that you have not gotten to use yet?
Arms of Adar. probably
Yeah.
one of the moves I want to use so badly. Just because it's just, hey, guess
I really
what?
wish somebody would come into your room and scare you right now and knock that dinosaur off your head.
Let Farquhar finish
Dinosaur!
his answer.
It's like Arms of a Door, because it's an AoE spell, and the description of it is literally just like black, icky tentacles just come out and start whipping everybody in proximity.
You mean it'd be tall, dark, and angry?
It's, let,
Oh, I think Say is into you.
Farquhar's your type. He is your type.
He's
No,
basically Batman.
Yeah, because he is
I'm
tall.
Batman.
He can turn his skin dark whenever he accesses the demon powers, and now that he's a barbarian, he can get really fucking angry.
It's too
And
late.
he does
Jack's
have emotional-
Jack's already really mean to me.
I think Jack's just mean to you because you keep fucking taking him out of his retirement.
Jack just wants to be left the fuck alone.
He's trying to chill out in his retirement home in the Feywild, and you're like, Jack, help!
My arm!
The beer's gone.
My arm!
My arm! You're gonna call Jack one day. Like, what's the matter? Why is all the rum gone?
Why is the rum
Why is the rum gone?
Why is the rum gone?
Oh my
What's the
God.
matter? Nothing. I just wanted a friend.
I just wanted a
Nothing.
hug.
Nothing. I just want you to read some of Sebastian's socks for me.
I just want you to
It'll
read
be
me a bedtime story.
It'll be me and Ashling tucked into bed with Sebastian socks and he between us, calling upon Jack to read us a bedtime story.
Read me a bedtime story, Daddy.
Daddy Jackie, please
Like,
read us a
what?
bedtime story.
I feel like once that is said, Ashling is just like poof, and she's gone.
I think once that said Hayden is poof and he's gone.
That's true.
Hayden's already on the
Daddy
last fucking
Jackie.
straw with me. He is ready. Guys, I will call
Just-
Jack
oh,
Daddy
dear
for
God.
$20. If someone will give me $20, I will call Jack Daddy live on stream.
I will give you $20.
First,
Daddy Jack.
you know, first person.
But you gotta do
First
it in like
person
one of the
donate
high-pitched
$20
anime
to the stream.
voices.
That was two people talking at the same time. What were you saying, Will?
I would say first person to donate $20 to the stream gets to control what says one time
Yes,
in
once-
the next campaign.
Once we reach affiliate, there is going to be an option where for like $5 you can absolutely control what it is that Saya does.
No,
Saya's just a
same thing
crackhead. I
for
can
me.
make it work.
Same thing for me. You can tell me to say something and I will say it. I don't even care.
It
what
will
it
be
is.
said by end of session.
Lizard, what was it that you were saying about the $20 and calling Jack Daddy?
I said I will give you $20 to do it,
Bet. Where's my money?
but you have to do it. But you have to do it in a high-pitched anime girl voice.
Daddy Jackie.
Daddy, Jackie.
Oh, Daddy Jackie. Oh, Daddy Jackie. Daddy Jackie, read me a bedtime story. Daddy Jackie, you're such a bugger. Daddy Kun.
Oh my gosh. This is killing me as I actually speak Japanese. I'm just like listening to you guys.
This is why I need you to teach me Japanese.
Oh my God, Cookies and Cream hates us right now. I'm sorry, babe. Sorry.
And-
Oh.
SJ's just over here.
Yeah, so 20
all around me
$20
are
next,
familiar.
next
Familiar
session.
faces.
I'll remind you.
Hello.
Okay.
I'm imagining SJ like in the shower on
You're
the
about to
floor
start.
in the fetal position. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I
Not-
talk
not
with
the
you
disturbed version.
again.
Not the disturbed version, but the original version that was like a more
Paul
that was
Simon.
more upbeat.
Yeah, Paul Simon. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I'm here to talk with you again. That one.
Happy.
It's not happy, but it is a little bit more upbeat than the disturbed version. Farquhar, I wanted to ask you, or not Farquhar, I guess, Will, I wanted to ask you, what is the story behind the original demon pact that was made?
Okay,
Like,
so I never. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, have you thought, like, do you have like a story for how that all happened, or?
Like, I have a bit of a story, but it's nothing like really in depth.
Give us the cliff notes.
Yeah. So essentially, what it was one of his ancestors
Mm-hmm.
was looking to seek more power
Is there a reason?
because he wasn't the best of he wasn't the best of persons. It was more for personal gain over anything else.
Got it.
You know,
Got it.
Farquhar is currently using his stuff for mild good, or at least he's trying.
He's doing his
mild
best.
good and a lot of chaos.
Yeah, mild good, a lot of chaos.
He's doing his best. Doing his darndest.
Yeah, so essentially this ancestor managed to summon a demon and essentially made a pact with him that he could gain all this power for exchange of his soul, essentially soul swapped.
Okay.
His soul would be in hell, or whatever hell is in this equation, and the demon would be his soul.
Okay.
Okay.
So he was still there and in control, but the demon had, it was like two people trying to pilot the same car.
Interesting.
Just one of them gave the powers, the other one just gave, the actual. One of them gave the gas, the other one brought the car.
All right.
Yeah. And eventually, he eventually died, and turned out power was hereditary.
But the soul swapping was not, correct?
Yeah, no, technically speaking, just a little bit of lore and a little bit of just like astral self monk. What the astral self monk does is they're essentially described as monks who are able to conjure a astral projection of what they truly are.
Mm-hmm.
And with Farquhar's bloodline being tainted as is, he is technically a demon. At like his soul is technically a demon,
Okay.
but he's human. He just manages to gain all the powers of the demon, just without his influence anymore.
Interesting.
As the generation went down, his control over them slowly started to decrease, to the point where we are now with Farquhar. He can't talk to it. He can't summon it, except for the arms and heads for right now. And the only way to know that he's like has some sort of semblance to it is his necklace, which is essentially just a fancy power gauge for him. Just shows how much of the demon he has unlocked: the arms, the head, the body, and the soul.
Okay. I'm into it.
Interesting.
And now we come to fucking Farquhar as he is, the shirtless, battle crocodile kilt wearing man, ready to suplex any. He can literally walk up to a fight and go, "Who are you?" "I'm Scottish."
This one has got
I'm
under me.
Scottish, mate.
Just and not even
Feast your eyes.
like he does an aggressive flap of his kilt. "I'm Scottish." And just
Get
immediately
in my
rages.
belly.
Get in my belly. Come here, and I'm gonna eat you. Baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back. Ribs. Side note: that bastard is probably one of the best characters in Austin Powers.
Oh my god, I fucking
For as little
love
screen
that-
time as
that
he
bastard.
has, he makes it memorable.
But think about that. For as little screen time as he has, he's probably one of the most memorable characters from the entire Austin Powers franchise.
Exactly. Like, yeah, you have Dr. Evil, you have Austin Powers, you have Nigel, Minnie, Me. 1 million bajillion cajillion fafillion.
Why are you a brony right now?
Shabadoo.
Take that off. Take off. Take it off. Take it off. Take it off. Take it off.
Hey, respect this man's
No
brony way.
bronies. No bronies.
There's a reason I have that.
No, because you're a fucking brony.
No, it's not. My brother is, but I'm not. I can explain it later if you want, but we'll continue on
Just
with
threw
the-
brother under bus.
Bus
brother.
brother.
Listen, some people wear that like a badge of pride. Just what are you?
I'm a brony.
I'm a brony and I'm proud. I say I'm currently wearing a fucking unicorn shirt.
Unicorns are different. The last unicorn is a piece of art that should be treasured.
I want to believe.
I want to believe.
It would have been better. I want you to know I would have loved that shirt so much more if there was like a unicorn Pegasus flying over the woods with like a big foot and then a lake with a Loch Ness monster sticking out. All three of those powerful images right there.
You're rubbing your chest like you just got punched.
I did. I
was-
punched myself.
Oh, you did? I didn't realize.
No, I'm. One thing to know about me, I'm a very like physical person.
Okay.
So- Don't
I
take
mean,
that
I
out of
think
context.
I'm pretty.
There for your masochist self.
Go fuck yourself, lizard.
We've broken him.
Stop it. Stop it right now. Cease your debauchery. Cease thy bullshit.
Oh, she'll get me back when we go to Disney next year.
Oh, 100%.
She'll beat the shit
I'm
out of
gonna
me.
beat the shit out of you. Like on site. You remember that scene in Madagascar where Marty and Alex find each other on the beach and they're calling each other's name and then Alex just gets
Yeah.
increasingly more aggressive? That's gonna be me. We're gonna find each other in an airport and then TSA is gonna have to pull me off your bloody ass.
It's just gonna be Jade, Kyle. Fucking drop kick from across the airport.
It's
I
gonna
like
go-
how you
it's
used
gonna
my
go-
in-game name.
Yeah.
I
it's-
don't know your real name.
Nobody does. It's gonna go more blushing. Lizard. Blushing. Lizard. Blushing. Lizard.
Oh shit! I'm gonna
Oh,
just
sugar
run
honey, I
into the
see.
male's bathroom.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna run into the male's bathroom. If you follow me, you
If
can
you
deal
think
with
that
the...
I won't follow you into a male bathroom like I haven't seen a dick before, you're out of your goddamn mind.
Yeah, but I want to see the other people's reactions.
It's gonna be businessmen
Yo, just
pulling
say-
me off of you.
Yeah, seeing me run in there all scared, like quick slam the
Stall
cell.
door.
Stall.
I'll crawl
the
underneath.
door
I don't
shut.
give a fuck.
Yeah, and then just you
No.
bust in through the door and just start crawling underneath as I'm like on the toilet screaming my.
Say it's gonna catch up to you. She's
And
gonna.
it's just this one guy taking a pee at the urinals, just turning around watching this. Like, what the fuck is going on?
He stops
He's
paying
gonna be
attention, starts pissing on the floor.
He's gonna be sitting
I
there.
would.
He's gonna be sitting there minding his own business. Like, God, I hope my flight doesn't get delayed again. All of a sudden, you come running in, and about 2.5 seconds later, Jade comes in and fucking spears you through the stall. The walls are on the floor. The toilet's broken.
Dominoes,
Water's
they all
going
go down.
everywhere.
Or better
Your-
yet,
My face
better
falls
yet,
into the toilet.
better yet, Lizard goes barreling in, realizes I'm hot on his tail, and grabs the dude that's pissing and uses him as a human shield.
I would do that too.
Just, hey, buddy, mind if I use your assistance?
Your situation? I'm gonna take advantage of your situation, please. Whoop!
I'm sick of
Excuse me,
you.
sir. I hear we don't mind me grabbing you like this.
Pardon
Lizard-
me, sir, but can you point in that direction?
I'm
Lizard
sorry,
just
sir.
puts
I
his-
will not touch your no square, but your shoulders are on limits.
Lizard just daintily puts his hands on this guy's hips and just does like a quick like.
Just,
I like grab his dick and start aiming it for you like a squirt gun.
What? None of us said you had to grab his dick. We were all like, just move his hips. Move his hips. It'll be fine.
yeah,
Move
we
his
were
hips.
just like, it's like a mounted MG42. Just move it side to side. There's no grabbing the barrel and letting loose.
Yeah,
It makes it
it's a
easier to
delicate piece of
control.
machinery. Oh my god. Anywho,
Talking about like gripping things as hard as you can. It's just this random guy's.
this poor poor fictional John and his dick that you're just harassing.
That I'm just gripping as tight as I can to point it at you.
Yes!
Twist the dick.
Twist it. Bop it. Flick it.
See, no, okay,
Spin it.
we're slowly finding out more personal details about everyone. Jade, you like the big bad brooding
Yeah.
boys with possible emotional issues.
Who just like take it out
Lizard,
on me.
you
yeah.
just like grabbing cylindrical objects and squeezing them as hard as you can just to
Bananas,
see what happens.
this guy's dick.
Bananas, soda cans, soup cans, penises. And SJ's over here looks like she's about to fucking pass out.
I know. She's gonna kill us all once this is over. She's waiting because we're on stream right now, but once this is all over, she's gonna rip into all of us. You guys think that I'm scary? Like, SJ is a force to be reckoned with. Look at that innocent face. It's the innocent ones you gotta watch out for. They're the ones that will grab your balls and twist.
I'm sorry.
Please, I want to
SJ
stoop so low.
SJ, with,
She'll just
with
go
that
for a
face,
nipple twister instead. It's much higher on the belt.
She'll hire somebody else to twist your dick.
you know, SJ, with that face, you look like a mother who, instead of using their hand or a belt to whip their kid, you have a fucking paddle. Like you have a boat oar shaved down with holes drilled into the head of it.
It's not one of the ones with the holes drilled in. It's one of the ones that concaves in so that the words are raised on it, and it just says time out. And she'll go, Mommy's grabbing the timeout paddle, and it says timeout on it, and one good smack, and that shit's imprinted on the ass.
Turn a Nerf gun into a taser.
Turn a Nerf gun into a potato cannon.
Oh, SJ, you're falling apart. I'm sorry.
Wait, what? Oh, thank you.
Now, so now we just need to find out what SJ's thing is.
What was the topic before we started this?
Oh, we
It
were
was
just
about
talking about
Farquhar.
Farquhar. But that's
It was
actually a good
about-
point. Kyle. I've got some questions for Kyle. How does Kyle feel knowing that he might be one of 51?
As long as he doesn't die, he's fine with it, I guess.
Right. What?
I just don't want to die.
So Kyle's just kind of been thrust into this group right now.
Yeah.
What is his goal in life at this moment? Like, what is he really just like trying to accomplish right now? What is he hoping to accomplish?
Originally, when we thought he was much older, or at least the world changed a lot more than it did for him, it was going to be trying to explore the world around him, because obviously in like, what was it, 300,000 years or whatever it was?
365,000 years, give or take a few years.
Yeah, that's an extreme long time. A lot of stuff is going to be different. I was even like playing that. I was going to play that, like even stuff like currency and stuff would be completely different.
Right.
So I was going to go that I know nothing, and then it like got switched really quick. And if we're going off the idea now that the memories were implanted, most likely stuff like money use and stuff like that would also be implanted. So now I'm trying to figure out what to do next. I'm not really good at coming up with stuff off the bat. That's why I've been going with this. Yeah. That's why I've been trying to kind of, like, I was struggling when I was kind of told to go question the Kyles, and I only had like 3 questions. I didn't know shit what to ask.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, sometimes correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but sometimes that happens to us. Like, we're just kind of like, I've got nothing. That's the whole reason we had to call upon our patrons the other days, because we were all like, we don't know where to go from here. Like, what do we do right now?
Yeah, and this is my first time playing D&D. Like,
and you're doing amazing, sweetie.
I did 2 before this, but they only got past the first session, and then both of them canceled. So I know a little bit, but like I don't know much. And then I've watched a bunch of shit on YouTube like a year ago, so I know some stuff on entities and some stuff.
Well, I wouldn't worry too much about like what
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is that you think that you know, what it is that you don't know. Like one of my favorite things about D&D is that like yeah, there's rules, but like your rules are real subjective to your dungeon master, and I feel like Hayden lets us get away with a lot of shit. Like there are times where like I say things that I'm like really shocked that Hayden is allowing us to do it. Like I'm like, really? I can?
Yeah, and I think I'm like
Okay.
I'm overthinking this world way too much.
I think
Like,
so. Like kind of just like, you know, take it a minute at a time. Let your imagination run wild. I mean, the worst case that happens is Hayden goes, "Yeah, no."
and what we were talking about, where I can still change my characters
Yeah.
from like from pretty much just an observer I've been mostly doing.
To an active player, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out like what I want to do with that, because I'm not gonna be able to come up with something on the fly. Well, I need to do a mix of that, but also I need to think about how I want to play him,
So, I mean,
because
go ahead.
I have no idea. No.
I don't know what you guys have been doing, SJ and Willie. One thing that I like to do when I'm making a character, or I'm unsure of what to do with a character, is there's a lot of like, I call them like Q&As for writers for when they're making a character. And they're really great jumping off points just to like, even if you just like took 5 of those questions and answered them for how you would want them to be answered for Kyle, and then being able you have that as a reference then of like, okay, Kyle's biggest goal in life is to just find out where he came from. That's what motivates him. That's what drives him. This like sense of whatever. Like you can use that and start building off of that. So for me, it was okay. Saya is alone, and if she keeps pushing people away, then she gets to live another day. So that like as long as people don't get too close to her, she's safe. And so that's where her bitchiness comes from, is like if you don't get close to me, you can't hurt me. And it's just like picking that thing and moving on with it. And I mean, SJ, Will, I mean, how do you guys create your character?
I read an absurd amount of books and fantasy books. So what I like to do is I like to actually sit by my bookshelf and just look at all the books and think about all the characters in each one, and like what traits do I want, and then what traits of myself do I want to put in this character. And I kind of create like this patchwork of ideas and then slowly try and organize them into a character.
Willie?
Yeah, it's just random places I like come up with ideas. Like Fargar, for instance, I am a huge fan of professional wrestling.
Woot,
Like that,
woot.
like growing up,
Daddy
that was one.
Willie, you love me. You love me so much.
I. mm, mm,
Go ahead.
uh, okay,
People left him speechless.
I know. I broke Will.
I've gotten over that.
He did.
We are all
He
good.
did.
I gotta remember, he's finally good now.
Are you
He's actually-
fucking kidding? You're telling me that he was not good in Shield? Are you really gonna tell
No.
me that? Are you
Okay,
really gonna tell me
Shield-
that?
Okay, Shield, he was good. Solo, he was. God, they tried so hard.
It's
and
not
it's
his
fucking-
fault. He got booed at every fucking WrestleMania.
I mean, and I'm not faulting him for it, but it was like Shield, he was good. Solo, they were just sort of pushing him to push him, but now that
because
he's tribal,
he's legitimately good.
but now that he's tribal chief, by God, he's
Oh my god.
He's better-
Oh my god, he's amazing. But he was always good. Everyone's dicks were just way too wet at Seth fucking Rollins that no one wanted to appreciate him. It's not.
and
It's
look
not
what happened
his.
to Dean Ambrose.
Okay, but like it's not Roman Reigns' fault that Seth Rollins
Yeah,
got hurt
no.
every time he tried to go to WrestleMania, and so they pushed Roman Reigns instead.
And I'm not.
I don't know what
faulting-
they're talking about.
I need
either,
to watch
Lizard,
more
it's
TV.
okay.
Yeah, I have no fucking clue.
and I'm not faulting him for it. I'm not. It's just he is like as a wrestler, he is good. As a character, Tribal Chief Roman is probably the best Roman we've had so far.
Yeah, I will agree with that. That he's a really great Roman Reigns. He's amazing. Like I love this Daddy Roman right now. I'm all about
But
it. The
but
Samoan
he's not-
Mafia. Like I'm for it.
but he's not up there on my list of like people that I like. I can respect a wrestler, but they won't be my favorite.
So who in your opinion is the greatest wrestler of all time? I asked
Oh,
this
God.
question to everybody.
Oh God.
I find that there's typically like one answer that's like the universal answer for this.
The only one I know is John Cena.
He is not the answer
Yeah.
for that.
No,
Looking
he
as-
He is
I
not
look-
the
John-
answer.
As much as we all want
Cookies
to
and cream
believe,
said the same thing.
John Cena is not the be all and end all.
He is not the end all be all. That is true.
Okay.
Trey, I don't know
We're-
how it happens, but
As soon as I said John Cena, I looked at the chat and I immediately see Cookies just go John Cena. I was like, yes!
cookies and cream, just because
Okay,
you want to hop on
what-
John
what
Cena's dick does not mean that he is the best wrestler of all time. By far, hands down, he is not the greatest wrestler of all time. He has a great stage presence and he has a great
Wanna
audience
get-
that loves him, but he is not the greatest wrestler of all time.
Want to get with the new mascot of Fruity Pebbles?
Seriously. How did you know?
No, okay. Yeah. So who do people say is the greatest?
Heartbreak Kid. Hands down.
God.
Am I wrong, though? Am I wrong?
God, you had to go there.
But I did. That is,
Yeah.
anytime I ask that question, that is universally, that is an agreed upon answer for everybody.
Okay.
Heartbreak Kid. Trey, I am not saying that John Cena is not important. I am saying that he is not the best. He is not the best wrestler of all time.
Okay. Skill wise, my four have to be. My top four has to be. Heartbreak Kid, Bret the Hitman Hart.
Yep.
You know.
See? Trey agrees with me. Heartbreak Kid.
Oh, okay.
Shawn Michaels.
Okay, make that five. Shinsuke Nakamura.
Oh my god, when Shinsuke came up from NXT, that whole fucking moment.
Yes.
I might have teared up a little bit. Like, it was just so beautiful and powerful. It was like, holy
Like-
fuck, is the
that
greatest
was-
come up of all time.
That was the first time I've ever heard of Shinsuke Nakamura, but just seeing the entire arena go, oh, with his song.
And the fucking electric violin going at it. Oh my god, it was amazing. SJ and Lizard, I promise we're gonna get off this track in a minute. This got really sidetracked, and like, it's such an important
I don't
moment.
have anybody to talk wrestling to normally. I'm trying to get my friend into it, and he's just like, But yeah, so
Okay, so we have Shinsuke, you had Shinsuke, Shawn Michael, Bret the Hitman Hart.
Kenny Omega.
Okay.
Kenny Omega can't be understated.
Can we collab? So Will, I know Trey IRL, and he really wants to get a wrestling podcast going. So if you want to hop in on that,
Yo, fucking hit Clayfire121 in Discord. Hit me up, Chief.
Trey,
We will
I'll
make
put
some
you in
magic
touch.
happen.
I will put you in touch.
Don't say it like that. That sounds wrong.
We will make
What?
the magic happen. The
We
dream
will
shall
make some
come true.
magic happen. Sounds like you're gonna go have an orgy party.
They probably will, honestly,
You
while
never know.
dreaming about sucking Bret the Hitman Hart's dick, if we're all being honest with ourselves.
My
And you can
can't read
believe
this on
that!
this monitor anyways.
Yeah, no, fifth would probably have to be AJ Styles. Yep,
I
phenomenal
love
wrestler.
AJ Styles.
But character
Will and
wise,
Trey
Cookies and
fanfic.
cream.
Cookies and Cream wants to make a fanfic.
I once was joking with my friends and I had to make a fanfic of a man fucking a mug.
The handle or the rim?
okay, that's what I
I
was
don't
thinking.
remember because I never ended up completing it.
Because I feel like
it was
the
just-
handle would be more of like a tighter
I think it was the
fit.
handle original.
But
Okay.
you know, yeah,
if it was a coffee pot, it would be or like one of the it would be different.
Or
Not a
rim
coffee
job.
pot.
Ah! funny. A rim job. Because the rim of the mug.
Oh yeah, I got it.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm funny.
yeah. But when it comes to character wrestlers, my five, it
Dean
has to be
Ambrose.
Dean Ambrose, John Moxley. Right now, probably some of the best he's ever done. Chris Jericho,
Is actually my favorite wrestler. Chris Jericho is 100% my favorite wrestler.
fucking
So I got really back into wrestling right around when Chris Jericho and Dean Ambrose were having their feud. And
yeah.
Chris Jericho just doing that interview talking about the 67 tacks that were in his back, like I died. I thought it was amazing. I loved it.
Okay,
Be right back.
Side-
I'm gonna go get a drink.
Okay.
all right.
We're almost
Side
done, I
tangent.
promise.
Do you like
Sorry,
Fozzy?
Raz.
Do I like who?
Fozzy, his band.
Oh yeah, I love Chris Jericho's band. I really do.
Okay, we're still good.
I
We're
love
still
I
good.
love drink it in, man. If I didn't like his band, I would have made the list.
Listen, Chris Jericho, ever since he left WWE, has become probably even more famous, just from the amount of fucking memes he's made.
I know. It's amazing.
Le Champion, a little bit of the bubbly.
All right, I gotta ask you a question. How do you feel about Dolph Ziggler?
Okay. God,
I knew I had to go there. You knew I was gonna go there
God
at some
damn it.
point.
okay, Dolph Ziggler is a great wrestler. Like, he honestly, if WWE or really Vince, if you're watching this for some
Vince,
fucking
you're
reason,
somehow
I am
paying
going to
attention.
talk.
Oh,
I am going to
buddy, back.
talk to you. Fuck you, train.
How many? This is the third train.
I live right next to a train track, and they're all a bunch of.
I live right next to a train
Dicks.
track too, and it comes like once a week.
No, mine's like 5 times a day.
You have a passenger train.
No,
Oh.
coal trains. I've only ever seen 2 passenger trains go on the track.
There's no trains by me. I do live by an airport though. SJ can attest to
Sponsored.
this.
Not sponsored.
Yes.
That's fun. Crush, good soda. Not sponsored.
All right,
No, it's shit.
we got
Here's my
really
empty
far off
water bottle.
topic.
Yeah.
We'll get a podcast going. I will put you in touch with Trey.
just
And we will
real quick. Like I said, Moxley, Jericho, Undertaker.
Oh, gotta be in there, yeah.
Yeah, Undertaker, without a doubt. Ric Flair,
Okay.
Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yep.
Enough to get me to the boiling point. that man was always a gasket away from blowing. That's what it was. He was just always extremely constipated during his promos. That's why he was so red.
I have to be honest with you. I am any diehard wrestling fan. I don't think that John Cena will be in their top 5 unless they are under the age of 12.
The Rock.
The Rock is a
The
really
Rock.
good entertainer.
Yeah,
The Rock is amazing. He's a great
Those are the only
character.
two I know.
He keeps
I've-
he kept the audience really engaged, and that's really important.
Stone Cold.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. Oh my God, I
The first ever move I learned to do was the Stone Cold Stunner.
Don't
And my
worry,
dad taught me
we're
that.
gonna switch back right now. Stone
I'm
Cold.
sorry, we're geeking out. I
I know we're
apologize.
geeking. All right, we're done. It's
I just
over.
want to know.
Yeah, we'll finish
Just to
this
let you
later.
guys know there's a podcast, a D&D podcast, and one of the characters is Jane Austen or Stone Cold Jane Austen.
Stone-
Yes, see, that's amazing. All right, so Will and Trey, when we get this podcast up and off the ground, we'll talk after this, obviously, about it. But all of us have to have really great wrestling names as our podcast names.
Yeah, so to answer the question, which was inspiration wise,
Yeah.
like I said, it comes from a different area. Farkar. I'm a big fan of pro wrestling, so that's sort of where it came from. Like a mix of wrestling, also a little bit of I kind of want it's wrestling, but also Buried Alight from the Devil May Cry 5 soundtrack.
Okay.
Virgil's song, fucking hard rock. That's the type of thing I was going for, and it's not just music. Another example, I have a Dragonborn Paladin of Glory called Kaiser, which is based off Kaiser Ghidorah, the three-headed dragon from Godzilla Final Wars.
Right.
And it's just different places it just comes to me at some points, sometimes a joke, like wrestling. Why? Because I want to suplex somebody from 60 feet up in the air.
Do it.
But then sometimes it's just like, yeah, no, this sounds like it would be a good character.
All right.
Yeah.
So it sort of just depends on my mood that day and how creative I'm feeling.
I think for Kyle at least, it was the reason I created him was because I was for one of the other two that I started but only got one session in. I was doing actually I think both of them I was gonna do the Beastmaster Ranger because I just wanted to do it. I think the second one that I did, I really liked what I was doing with it. Where in the first session we came across a corpse of a horse, and for no reason at all, I butchered the horse and took its rotten meat, and I was trying to feed it to civilians as like payment. And so I really like that. I was like, I want to do this I want to do the same character because I really want to play it. And then I completely pushed it to the side, and then I made Kyle.
So if we come across a dead horse, don't let Kyle near it.
No, so the whole thing was after that first session, my whole plan was I was just at any time I saw any creature, any dead creature, I was going to butcher it. And I was going to take its meat. I was just going to have a collection of different different meats that I could.
I'm the meat man. You
Yeah.
want some meat, kid?
I was really excited to play it, and then when I was creating Kyle, I forgot about that. And I made Kyle, and it was like a half-assed, like uninspired character, and I'm kind of regretting not putting more thought into it when I was doing it.
But again,
And
it's only
then-
been 3
yeah.
sessions, and technically Kyle's only been with us for a day and a half. Like, you have the ability to make those changes. Like, you have the
Yeah.
ability to grow your character. Saya is not the same person now that she was, in our first episode. First episode, she did not want to talk to anyone, and she held a knife to one of our characters' throats. And now, like, she feels bad when she upsets Aisling.
In all honesty, I might go back. Like, I know I just kind of spoiled it with the meat thing, but I really did like that concept, and I really want to do it again. Even though it's like I've already done it for a previous one, I might go back to do that. But I made a joke character, and I sent it to Blushing, because my name in Steam is Naked Grandma.
So if you ever see him playing SCP, it's him. It's Lizard.
Yeah,
Naked Grandma!
from the what doesn't a burglar want to see when they break into your house?
Naked
And
Grandma.
I do the SpongeBob voice whenever I'm playing online. The SpongeBob Grandma voice.
Are you
So
gonna
the
do
whole, yeah. So I sent a joke character that I was going to be an old lady who only had like a bikini top on. That was like that's all I got into, and I really want to play that character now, but I play Kyle now. So I'm thinking next, like I hope this isn't going to be turned into the same thing where it's like I wanted to do the Beastmaster Ranger, and then I got like after a long time it switched into something I didn't want to do.
Right.
I really want to do this, and I hope like it's going to be if my character dies. I am going with that. I'm not going to purposely kill Kyle because I can do I still need to build on him, and then I'll like it most likely. But if something happens to him, I'm definitely going to that.
I remember when they invented chocolate.
Oh,
Sweet,
sweet
sweet
cheeks.
chocolate.
Oh, sweet
It was
cheeks.
terrible. It rotted your teeth.
Let me get some of that chocolate thunder.
Okay,
Okay,
that got a little
I've-
creepy. Chocolate thunder.
Chocolate Thunder.
Uh,
Yeah, okay, I have a question for everybody as a character.
Okay. In character,
So-
got it.
Yeah, in character. So starting with Ainsley.
I
What
really
is your-
quick. Sorry, you can ask this question a second. I just really want to quickly ask. SJ, how do we pronounce your character's name? Because we've heard everything from Ashling to Aisling to Ansling. Like, what are we calling you?
So the name is actually Irish, and it's Ashling.
There's no H.
Ash,
The
Ash-
Irish
I know,
don't
but
care
it's-
about
it's-
their H's.
Yeah.
they're too drunk to pronounce their H's. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Ashling, what was your views of everybody's character when we first met, and where we are now? Like on first impression, when we all met in front of the waterfall, except for Kyle, we just found you sort of
Except for
tied
Kyle.
up. You were tied up like a little Yule log in the oven. Yeah, so, what was your opinion of first glance of everybody at the beginning, as opposed to now that you've known us a little bit and we've been on all these adventures?
I think that's really interesting because originally, Ashling was the first one to speak up and to like wave hi to everyone and like initiate all the conversation. But I think internally she was really not expecting anything from them and was expecting them to just like turn on each other and all of that stuff. So now that they're kind of in a group together, she's learning to let that feeling go, even though it's still in the back of her mind all the time.
All right. Saya.
So Saya was the first one to hold a knife to someone. She ripped a dagger out of held it to people's throats. Saya, I think, was kind of in the same boat as Ashling of looking around and can't trust anyone. Anyone will turn on you in a moment, and you have to just be alone. And you are now in a situation that is out of what you were doing before. You are lost. These are people now that you shouldn't be with, and pick the strongest one and let them help you out, and then book it like crazy. And that's kind of what she did. She found Rin, let Rin lead the way, and then was ready to turn on him and just bolt at a second's notice. And now she's begrudgingly made these connections with everyone. She trusts that Farkar will pull her back when she needs to be. She trusts Ashling to keep her grounded, to let her know when she's being too much of a bitch. She trusts Hecate to be there for them in a fight, and she's really put her faith into these other people that, while we have only been in a group for 3 weeks, it's the closest thing that she has ever had to a family, only having memories that go back 5 years and only being alive for 10.
All right. How about you, Kyle? Yours was very just
very quick. So what's your impression of everybody now, I guess?
Originally it was just I was just kind of there, just taking in everything. You get strange bunch of people. I didn't know what to do with it. I was just I'll follow them around. I don't care. I better than being lost here. And then pretty soon after we left, noticed that Saya was a psychopath, and Farkar was the father of the group. So it's
which is very opposite,
Yeah.
I think, of what the group actually is. Saya's not the one that blew up the memory box of our gnomish
Yes.
friend. She's the one that she was the one that was ripping Hecate and Farkar by the ears and making them apologize to people. She was 100% the mother hen running around taking care of the group, I think.
Yeah, but from what I've saw, you threatened multiple people with knives and then stabbed me after I stabbed myself.
I wanted to make sure that you didn't float away.
And you just freak out at a moment's notice about nothing.
About nothing.
You're pretty fucking crazy, yeah.
I'm a bit of a psychopath, but
It's so true.
Okay.
And then
Alright.
the only one I've really seen that stops you is Farkar, so.
Yeah. Saya
It
trusts
is-
Saya trusts him to be able to pull her back, that she can be more of herself and discover more of who herself is, I think, at this point.
Kate's just always really quiet in the background. I still don't have an opinion on him. And Ashling is basically like a little kid, but most of her interactions has been when like not in front of Kyle. So he still just sees her as like a little kid, basically. Not really not too much interaction between them. Yeah.
Farkar, what was your perception of everybody at the beginning and where we are now?
I think at the beginning he wasn't really quite sure. Literally, I think it was everybody's like reasoning for being there was they got lost in the fog. Farkar was he took a wrong turn at a tree with a really like immaculately made plaque stapled to it that said Albuquerque.
Okay, Bugs.
Thank you. Yeah. So like he didn't really like have much of an opinion of anybody. It was just, well, we're here for some reason, and there's this. So, who knows? I got no one else. I got nowhere to go. Might as well.
Yeah.
But literally, his whole like any of his backstory is the groundskeeper who raised him after his parents died. He passes away, way of old age. Then he starts setting out on his adventure, which is what led to meeting everybody. So, yeah, beginning he didn't really have an opinion of people, but now he's like you said, it's like as short a time as everyone's been together, they've been like this has become like his family at this point. You know, Saya's more like a sister than anything.
Makes sense.
Because I'm pretty sure at this point it's just two rocks. Like every now and then it's like peaceful, but then at some point it's just two rocks like grinding against each other.
What, you and
Just
me?
one rock. Yeah, just one rock being Saya trying to be her psychopathic self. Just letting her inner bitch out. And then Farkar's over here like, nope.
We're not doing that today. No.
Yeah.
Bring that bullshit in.
No, Saya. Bad girl. Not
Well,
today.
and then on the opposite side, on any given day, you can have Farkar and Hecate just like basically being potheads getting into trouble together, and Saya showing up like, what the fuck do you think you're doing right now?
Yeah,
Who the fuck told you to blow up the inn?
In my opinion, Farkar and Kate, their relationship can be described as college roommate buddies.
Yeah, that makes
Yes.
sense.
Like frat house buddies. Just fucking bro, let's fucking do it. Right. Let's go.
Like, if there were video games and pot in this world, I imagine the two of you just being stoned in beanbag chairs, like, day in and day out.
Yeah, just everybody walks in our room one day. We're both sitting. Smoke's in the fucking air. It's like a smoke cloud.
I wonder
And
if
we're
we can
just sitting
find
to be-
pot in our campaign.
And we're
I
just
asked if I could do drugs, and I was told no.
we're sitting in the
Because of
beanbag.
me.
We're just sitting in the beanbag chairs, like, bruh, why is the fucking sky blue? I don't fucking know. Why is it also curved right at the edge? But I can never find the end.
Let's ask someone. Someone will know. Someone will know.
Yeah, so like I said, that's Saya is more or less the sister to him.
Yeah.
Because sometimes he brings her in, but like you said, sometimes she brings him in.
Yeah, we're the elder siblings that got left in charge while mom and dad went to the grocery store. And like they haven't
Mom
been
and Dad
back
went
for a
out
few
for
hours.
milk and cigarettes.
Yeah, like they haven't been back for a few hours and we're just kind of figuring this shit out right now.
Just fuck, are they allowed to eat
It's like
too? I
Dad
don't
went
know.
to go get milk, but it was both Mom and Dad.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, Kyle. He doesn't know what to think about Kyle. It's like it's not just the fact that he's still new to you, but it's also just the fact that he's not sure how to feel. Because you just it's the fact that he found you firstly just wrapped up like a little fucking sausage in a plastic wrap, waiting to be served. And like you haven't done anything really like outstandish for him, but it's like the Kyle thing is a little bit confusing. The fact your snake is also called Kyle is a little bit confusing as well. And right now the major thing you've done was, he turns the light into dust. Ow, that hurt a lot.
So originally, I didn't know Hayden, and I didn't know how he worked the DM, and I didn't know how good he was. Like I've still only talked to him a couple times, but how you guys are saying he's amazing, and I can see it. Actually, looking back, I can see it. But I think after the first one or before even the first one, I think after the first one, I messaged Blushing, and I was like, I've got a backstory for my character that I want to try and implement because I don't know how to do it, and I was like, okay, this will help a little bit. I didn't know he was gonna make a backstory or all this shit.
He'll tie everything in as much as he can.
Yeah, I didn't even know, and I sent him something. I don't even think he read it. He never replied, but I'm happy he didn't reply because it
did that to me too. It's okay.
Yeah, it was
if you want to actually hash it out with him, you got to get him on the phone. You got to get him on Discord on the phone and actually legitimately hashing it out.
But I think what the original thing was with the Kyle the Snake was I was gonna make it that the original thing was that with him being the 300,000-year-old, that before he fell into the portal, his mom abandoned him at a young age, and the reason he named his snake Kyle was because his mom adopted a child, named him Kyle as a replacement, but he saw it as a brother, so he thought all family members were going to be named Kyle. So originally I was going to have a bunch of animals named Kyle, and then when I fell into the Feywilds in that year I spent there, all the animals except for my snake died.
Aww.
So the concept I was gonna go with was he's insane, that he's always happy until something very traumatic happens, like his friend almost dying, and then he just goes crazy. He didn't read it. He made a better backstory that I don't even know what's going on, and I'm happy about that because it was mine was half-assed. So I'm interested in seeing where my character is going instead of, because I feel more with me making that backstory, I feel it's more of me making a character for a story instead of actually playing the game. So I'm excited to see where this is going.
Yeah, I am too.
And lastly, Aisling, right now, Aisling is probably one of Farquhar's more favorite people.
Yeah.
Because it's a little bit of the childish, it's that childish nature. It's everything else is a little bit fucky, but then there's her just smiling. It's I don't know what's going on, but I'm just gonna keep smiling.
If Aisling's okay, everything's gonna be okay.
You're the little, what was his name? The police chief's son from Simpsons, the one that went.
Ralph. I choose you.
That's what she reminds me of. Just, I'm in danger.
Yeah.
She is that purity that is she's the purity that is keeping Farquhar from just God. Fuck you, people.
Yay,
Like,
good to know that it all hinges on me.
Like
Yeah.
if Ashling like
It-
rages out of control, I don't think any of us know what to do. Like we're all gonna be
Yeah.
like, oh fuck.
Yeah, no, Aisling is she's the child, but she's also the child that can just, if she wants to, just F5 tornado the entire town
I mean, pretty much.
in a
Yeah.
temper tantrum,
Yeah, pretty
and
much.
we just have to sit there like, fuck, we fucked up.
Bad parents.
It's like everyone's family is just different, like tiers.
Yeah.
Like I said, Saya, the sister, and Kate, the college like frat house bro.
I don't want to get
roommate.
back into this.
Kyle,
The weird kid down the
Unassigned.
hall.
yeah, the weird kid no one quite talks to.
But is always kind of satelliting the group.
Yeah,
That's how I am in
Em-
real life.
Me
That's
too.
how I got in my last group. I just satellited them for a little bit. Like, you want to come in and sit with us? Yes, please.
Oh wait, no, different. Never mind. I'm not like that. I'm
Yeah.
different. I got confused.
I'm built
Yeah,
different.
No, I'm one of
And
the
then-
one. I forcefully insert myself into the group until they accept me, and then and then as soon as they actually figure out how I act, they're like, "Damn, I wish we weren't friends with him." But
Yeah,
Yeah, that's me. I'm kind of there until you've accepted me as your friendship. I will say though, SJ
and then they
I,
regret everything later.
pretty much. SJ and I, our friendship, she probably regrets it. But when we first started being friends, we were, that's the face of somebody who does regret it, but like doesn't want to admit it. We used to text each other and be like, I think you're cool. And then she would text back and go, I think you're cool too. And both of us were really shy about it. And I was like, I want to be
You
friends
want to
with
go on a date?
I was like, I want to be friends with you, but I don't know how to ask you to be my friend.
She literally said that to me in like a message one time, and I was like, "Me too. I don't know how to say
Both of
this,
us
but
were
I
like,
want to
we
be your
don't know
friend."
how to talk to you. Neither
Listen,
one of us knew
the-
how to talk to the other.
the best friends always come up in situations like stepbrothers. Just you're talking all of a sudden. Wait, did we just become best
Best
friends?
friends. Yup.
You want to go do karate in the garage? Yep.
Get out of my mind.
Get out of your mind.
That's how I am with Max. Blushing, you know.
Yeah, I wish he would have like actually
Yeah.
had a chance to play with us.
Yeah, it fucking sucks. We've been trying to find a game for years.
He is more than welcome back in at any time. He's not. Like,
Wait, what's going? Like,
we were supposed to remember we were supposed to have another person start at the same time as you.
Oh
no,
yes, whatever happened?
So his-
scheduling.
Oh, okay.
Okay, his thing is he works for his parents' company who makes like window shingles,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
like the little like blinders. And it was sort of like a handshake agreement that he was forced into. That was, and Max, if you're watching this and you don't want me to air it out,
Say something now or forever hold your peace.
say something now or forever hold your fucking peace. Because my phone's dead and I ain't messaging your ass on Snapchat right now. There will be no line of communication. There is
5,
only accept this.
4, 3, 2, 1. Go for it.
Okay, yeah. So essentially, he was sort of like coerced into a handshake agreement that he would work at his parents' company after he graduated high school, and he would work weekdays but get weekends off.
Okay.
But like I said, he's been just going full steam ahead, or he's been having to go full steam ahead with work.
Aw.
Yeah, so he's been pulling long hours, getting home at like 7, 8 o'clock.
Right.
When he thought he was going to be getting home at like 6:30.
Mm.
and that's essentially why he dropped,
Yeah.
because he doesn't have a consistent schedule,
Right.
and he's not ready to commit to something if he knows he's not going to be reliable.
Yeah. Well, I hope when his schedule frees up that he'll be able to join in, because we would love to have him. That is, I think, our biggest problem.
My brother.
Is, like, we want to. I know that when we started this by like doing it at like 6:30, and lately we've been pushing back to 7:30. I know that it's really hard for us, and we probably can't do it. But I wish we could get back to like our 6:30 schedule, just because when we stop streaming at 9:00, 6:30 gives us a 3-hour window versus 7:30 gives us a 2-hour window. And I feel like for like a good session, you need like 3 hours, especially for a good stream. You need like 3 hours.
Like 3 to 4 hours is a good time.
Which is why I thought like 6 to 10 was like a good time for us, but
Life.
it is what it is.
It be what it be.
It do what it do.
I mean, this is just something we're going to have to ride out. Like
Yeah.
Serious moment here. This is just going to be something we're going to have to ride out and just see what happens.
I agree.
Because, like I said, maybe like a month or so from now, we'll get a huge spike in viewers and we'll blow up relative to where we are now.
Yeah.
We'll just like ascend. We will ascend to the next tier.
Right.
But then again, there is also a thing of we could just be like this for a while, where it's it's a lot more casual. It's
Which
more
I like.
casual.
I like our casual life.
Oh yeah, the casual feel of it is great, and it's
More
because
like
it's
a
not
friendly
like
place to be.
yeah, and it's
This
not
is
like
the flying door.
Welcome in, people.
Can we name our podcast that the flying door?
I think Trey is really set on the camel clutch because he's Arab, so he wants to.
Oh no, I'm talking about this one,
Oh, this
not
one?
the wrestling one. Oh, the camel clutch, fucking perfect.
Right?
Yeah, but no, rage
calling this-
crits.
Rage crits. We called this behind the crit.
Yeah, that
But-
works.
But we could do behind the crit, or we can do the flying door. So in our Discord, if you look at our Discord server, the general session, the general area for everyone to be in is called the flying door.
Did not know that.
Take a look. It's the little things, the attention to detail that like people need to pay
Don't
attention
notice.
to. I know. I put all this thought into things and nobody even cares.
I noticed because I was there when it was made.
That's true. SJ was there. She gives me input and feedback on literally everything. I do something and I'm like, SJ, is this okay? And she's like, yeah, it's fine. It's good.
Same vice versa.
I
Yeah,
love
it's
you.
like
Oh, thanks. I love you too. You're on the opposite side of the thing for me.
Yeah, try the other hand. Even though
There we go.
you're on
Nope,
different
flip
levels.
yours.
Other hand.
No! Put a hand up!
I have a hand up.
the
Oh, if you're
claw.
looking-
Wait, do
if
it like this. Do it like this.
Yeah, no, you had it. If you're looking at Twitch, you had it. Yeah, that way.
SJ, put it so that it's on the bottom of the screen.
No, on the bottom.
Bottom of the screen.
No. Flip
Bottom of
it
the
to
screen.
face the bottom of the screen. Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Wait. There it is! I did
like
it. I got it. Just watch the playback. Watch the playback.
Okay.
Like trying to line up get the line perfect in an arcade game for the jackpot.
First try.
Like you pull out the fucking speed square and the ruler, by my calculations.
All right, let's get back on topic a little bit. Does anybody
Yeah.
have any other questions for anybody or anything or discussion topics that they would like to go on about?
I actually have asked all of mine.
I asked all of mine too. Lizard,
Wow.
Willie.
I'm too much of a dipshit to make any.
You didn't think of a single question this entire time we were sitting here? All 2 hours and 45 minutes, you couldn't come up with one question?
I'm not good under pressure.
There was no
Neither
pressure.
am I. I'm terrible and.
I'm terrible.
Under pressure. Crashing down on me.
Terrible.
Crashing down on you. Under pressure.
You just turned into Goofy.
Oh,
yeah.
hi, Mickey. Oh, yeah.
You know what's fucked up? Goofy's the
Where?
only
What?
one with a son canonly. Goofy fucks. Someone consciously
What
fucked
do you mean?
Goofy.
Donald has 3 sons.
They're his nephews.
Oh yeah, never mind.
Yeah. Now, Mickey doesn't get any. Donald doesn't get any.
But Goofy
Fucking
fucks.
Goofy.
Goofy fucks.
Like, not even Pluto has that right. But Goofy?
Yeah.
Out of the 2 dogs? Just happens to
Goofy
be the one.
fucks.
Yeah, Goofy fucked Pluto.
No, Pluto's a boy.
No, it
Goofy
it
has
has
a
to-
son named Max. That's the point.
Yeah, I know.
Goofy fucks.
I-
Gets
it's probably
bitches.
like Maybell or Maribel, whatever whatever her name
whatever
was.
her name was. Why was he fucking a cow as a dog?
Listen,
You know
in
those
the world,
videos of like dogs hopping on top of backs and riding around? He just accidentally slipped it in one day.
And on that note,
moving along.
I mean, I don't have anything else. Cookies and Cream, do you have any questions for us? Let's open this up to the viewers. Trey,
Yeah.
Cookies and Cream.
Yes.
I think Trey's also still here. Trey's
Yeah.
also still here.
If anybody has questions, speak now, please,
Because we're
or
just
you'll
sitting
be forced
here.
to forever hold your peace.
They don't need to be about D&D, but it preferably be about D&D.
Yeah, preferably about D&D.
Ask
but
Lizard about his sexual preferences.
No.
Yeah, we-
Cookies and
we
Cream
all-
is thinking.
we already realize his sexual preferences. Just grab something and squeeze.
No, don't start this. My friend group. So my friend group. I don't remember exactly how it started, but I'm like, it's complicated.
Cookies and Cream, what are you saying yes to?
About my sexual preferences, I'm guessing.
Most likely.
About lizard cylindrical objects squeezing ways.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm not answering that. You ask a different question.
Plot twist. Lizard's also a masochist.
No, definitely not.
Cookies and Cream wants to know because you're tall, dark, and brooding, apparently.
No, I'm not. But okay.
Just saying, Cookies and Cream has the same type as me, I think. Tall, dark, and brooding. Tall, dark, and jackass. Okay, well, if nobody has any questions for us, and we don't have any questions for each other.
I've got a question for Cookie. No, I don't actually, but
I mean,
Cookie, what is yours?
yeah.
Okay, let me stop.
Hmm.
oh
Cookie, what anime girls do you fuck or boys? I don't.
my God. On that note, it's been a wonderful time today. Thank you for joining us at Behind the Crypt.
Possibly called the Flying Door.
Possibly the Flying Door. We'll see. Who knows?
The flying crit.
Also,
It's been a wonderful time. Yes, Willie.
I think if somebody ever makes a compilation of shit we do,
It's gonna be bad.
there's going to be one of me just every session, and different food I'm eating. Like Hayden's going to be giving some like dramatic or emotional, fucking like monologue, and I'm just sitting in the fucking corner eating a chicken wing, like a saucy chicken wing.
If somebody wants to help me, I can. I have the editing software. I can make a.
I
Just-
would, but I can't save the VODs. What? Oh, I can't save the VODs, the vids.
They're in YouTube. They're on YouTube. They're youtube.com/raidcrit.
It's actually just this.
Oh,
Yeah.
whatever it is, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, just like an
YouTube.com/channel/
Yeah, because we're not like a partner.
Yeah.
You just it's like a compilation of everybody doing something specific. Me eating, Saya being a bitch, Ainsling being oblivious to anything and everything under the sun,
Well,
Kate not knowing what to do,
Kate,
No
like,
offense.
possibly asleep.
Kate possibly baked out of his fucking head, doesn't know where he is, can't find his own feet. Again, no offense, no offense, Sushi.
We
Just
love
trying to
you,
make a joke.
Sush.
Well,
All
I
right.
love you, bro.
On that
Let's get
note,
stoned and play and eat Vegetos together.
Vegetos, eat the Vegetos. Go to bed.
Eat the Vegetos. Eat the Vegetos, get stoned out.
All right. Well, on that note, like I said, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. This has been the first episode of Behind the Crits. This is, once again, SJ's little love child. So how about, guys, round of applause for her. Come on. Everyone put them together.
That is such aggressive clapping.
Oh,
Good night, cookies and cream. Thank you for stopping by. We hope to see you again sometime. Trey, as always, it's wonderful to see you. This has been Rage Crits. See you next time, guys.
My head hurts after that.
my hands hurt.